All right, let's hit a clap. Let's hit a clap real quick. Ready? 1,
2, 3.
There we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right.
That was a clean one.
That was a good clap.
I'm much more satisfied with that one than I was last week, so I'm not gonna
For
lie.
sure.
I'm not
That
gonna
was that was one of our best ones for sure.
That was beautiful.
Oh, hey there. How are you guys doing?
How's everybody been?
Woohoo!
Did you guys watch Batman this week?
I fucking hope so
Because we're gonna spoil it.
guess fucking what, everybody. You know what time it is. It is Too High for TV, where two guys get too high and talk about a little bit too much motherfucking TV. I'm one of your hosts. Hopefully by the 5th episode now you kind of know already, but if you don't, my name's Ryan Madrano, and I got my boy over to the right of me, the left. If you can see this video,
Hey,
you
everybody.
probably can.
How y'all doing? Daniel Valdez here. The other half of your podcast, We're Too High for TV.
Hell yeah.
And we just got back from what, man? What did we just do?
We just watched again The Batman.
Hell yeah.
Because it is the episode, guys.
It
We
is.
told you guys last week what it was going to be.
We got you ready for
and
it.
we're here.
We're here.
We are being. This is episode number 5 of Too High for TV. If you guys tuned in last week, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
That was a good episode.
Yeah, we had
I
a good
enjoyed
time.
that episode. We finally got the full video up on YouTube.
Yes, thank you for everybody who's watching that. We got it up, I think, earlier today,
Yeah.
as of recording. So by the time y'all hear and hopefully see this again, got the weekend to go check it out. It's a good time.
Hell yeah. Go check out episode number 4. It's up now on Spotify, up on SoundCloud, and the full episode is up on YouTube. Go check us out. All those places at Too High for TV, TOOHIGH 4TV.
You guys already know what it is.
Hell yeah. But yeah, episode number 5, guys. We told you last week, this is going to be strictly the Batman. We just got out of the Batman probably, like 30 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago?
Oh, yeah, it's fresh.
Dude.
Real fresh.
That was my 3rd time seeing it. That
My
was Danny
second time.
Boy's
Yeah, second time.
second time.
Mhm.
And we got the homie here. He's sitting in the background. You
Special
can't see
guest
him.
in the house tonight,
you know.
everybody.
The homie F. You know what it is. That was his first time seeing it.
Woo!
And man,
Let's get.
I got some good quotes out of him that I
yeah,
didn't think I was
I
going to
gotta
get.
say, hey, let's get a quick reaction from you real fast. Just shout out.
I was over here throwing things up like the camera could see me. I went like this and you call it my name. But yeah, that movie, it was for real. It does what it came to do.
Hey, that movie was for real, and it came what it did to do. That's a more accurate statement I could not make, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Matt Reeves did a freaking great job, and honestly, that was a reaction I didn't think I was gonna get out of F. You know, he even questioned me. He's like, "Dang, bro," because last week I kind of alluded to. I was like, I think this might be better than The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
I went in our Snapchat group message after the first night I saw it, and I was like, "Hey, man," saw it in the home corner. I was like, "Yo, this might be the one, man. This might be the one that tickles that fancy, that Batman movie that does
I
it
think so.
a little bit better than The Dark
I
Knight."
think so.
You know, after I said it, I was kind of like,
Whoa.
thinking back, and I was like, "Oh, did
Whoa.
I just say that, man?" I was like, "Did I
you
really
just have
just
an
say
out
that?"
of body experience? What just happened?
And then I saw it for the second time, and I was like, it's kind of reassuring my statements there.
Your beliefs.
Yeah, my beliefs, and I was going
Yeah.
through it, and I even watched The Dark Knight this week, and
Nice,
it
okay,
is
comparison.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
It is a great movie.
Uh-huh. But it's still not.
The
It's not
Batman,
the
though,
Batman, dude.
The
This is the
fucking
Batman. This is the Batman.
the quote fucking end quote Batman.
Fuck yeah. That's his middle name. That's his nickname.
But yeah, man.
Yeah, it was fantastic. What again, right off the bat here, if you didn't hear it already, we're gonna be spoiling the shit out of this movie. This is a whole episode of just the Batman. So if you haven't seen it and you don't want to hear anything, unfortunately you're gonna have to miss this episode.
Yeah.
Sorry guys.
But hey, it's all good. You can come back to it. Just
Yeah.
go watch the Batman. Support it.
It's the
then
beautiful
come
thing
back,
about the internet.
Support us. It's
Yeah.
all about support.
It'll always live there.
But yeah, the Batman, starring Robert Pattinson as
Yeah.
the Batman,
Mm-hmm.
starring
Killer job.
Paul Dano as the Riddler. We got Zoey Kravitz as
Selena Kyle.
Selena Kyle,
Catwoman.
aka
Mhm.
Catwoman. We got Mr. Oz himself played by the unrecognizable
Unrecognizable completely.
Colin Farrell. Man,
We did a wonderful job, dude. I still can't. Watching it this second time was even more ridiculous just to see how crazily he disappeared into that shit. He was gone. He's nowhere to be found.
watching it for the third time, man, I'm still like sitting there like,
How did this happen?
Can I notice Colin Farrell just a little bit? And I really can't. I mean, there are some scenes where I can, the smile, whatever, but like,
It's
no,
just
for the
not
most part,
there.
for the most part, dude.
In the first time you see him on screen too, they know it, because they're like, they sit there for a minute and they let you look at him. He's got like a nice little bit of dialogue that he delivers to Batman, and he's got that great voice on him too. how you doing?
Hey, how you
He
doing?
actually fucking says that shit. I can't believe it. At the end, he just fucking, how you doing? Hey, whoa, take it easy, sweetheart.
Yeah, man, before we start breaking this Batman down, because I really want to deep dive into this. I don't know. It's probably not going to be like a whole 2-hour episode, but we're going to get straight into, we're going to get deep into the Batman. But initial thoughts, man. You saw it for the second time. What are your overall thoughts on the Batman? How do you feel about it? Story? Anything that stood out to you? Go.
Okay, I feel like completely and 110% on board with this movie and this version of the Batman and everything that they have set up for like his universe as a character, bro. Like I think every single detail down to the city, the Batcave, like all of his cast of characters. Alfred, Andy Serkis is in this movie too. I don't think we mentioned him. He does a fucking fantastic job as well. Just like the design of everything being... I noticed something that I didn't notice in the first movie, which is like, I think if you have seen it, Gotham is a very like, I don't know. It's like almost like, it doesn't feel like a city that exists in like our world, but it is like obviously set in the United States, I guess.
It's very gothic.
Yeah,
you know?
Gothic's a good word, yeah.
Reminds me of like a video game almost.
But I noticed today that there's a fucking Walgreens in like the downtown center. And so I was like,
Holy
okay,
shit.
so yeah, it's like it's a very nice, grounded, like real world, but just, God, completely fantastical, dude. Like I feel like this movie is almost more like grounded than the Nolan trilogy was, and that's like kind of what that trilogy got a lot of praise for. I think, is like, oh, it's the most grounded Batman we've ever had, which is at that point I think was true for sure. But like somehow this managed to be more grounded and still more comic booky at the same time. Like, not that they didn't pay respects to everything they did with the other trilogy, but the way they doubled down on everything, it's like everybody came to bring you a Batman masterpiece, bro. Like from top to bottom, directors, actors, the composer, Michael Giacchino, however you say it, fucking nailed it as well. All the cinematography is beautiful. I love how dark everything is the whole time. I'm here for this movie, dude, forever. I'm ready for 30 years down the line for this to still be called the greatest Batman movie ever, I hope.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, I think I echo a lot of those same sentiments.
Yeah.
I love this movie. Is it a perfect movie by any means? I don't think so.
Nah.
But, oh, man. Like
the length?
The length is, I honestly...
How are you with... Because you've seen it. You've now done 9 hours with this movie, bro.
Straight up.
3 hours apiece, 3 times, you've done 9 hours.
The first time, I'm not going to lie, it did drag on a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But even after that first time, I was like, okay, I don't know what I would cut out of this movie to make it shorter.
Yeah.
Even though I do want it to, if it was probably like 240-ish, 235, 237,
245. No, like than that, I don't think
that would be great.
I think so too. I think I felt the length a lot more this second time, to be perfectly honest.
Honestly, like I feel like after the first time, the second and third time, like I didn't really feel the length too much because I think I know what I'm expecting, and I'm enjoying the movie a little bit more because I see what they're doing and I'm playing along with it a lot more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this was a great movie. Again, cinematography great. All the actors I think did really well.
Beautiful
I love
job.
the Robert Pattinson Batman.
I love his Bruce Wayne too, dude. I think he's great.
Or the not Bruce Wayne that we get.
Bruce Wayne.
Because this is a thing that I've been adamant about, that I've been seeing a lot of.
Let's cheers here really quick.
Oh yeah,
You're
cheers.
Good, yeah.
Oh yes.
Clink.
Cheers, my boy. But as soon as this movie came out, any movie that I really like, when they come out and I see it, I go on Twitter, I go on YouTube just so I can be part of like the conversation, everything that's going along with it.
Yeah, same,
because when it's something that's really good like this, dude, I just want to.
Everybody talks about it. You want to absorb everything. You want to hear everybody's opinions. You want to formulate your own.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and
I feel that.
A lot of people were not fucking with the Bruce Wayne portrayal that Robert Pattinson had.
Yeah.
And I had no problem with it because here's the thing. He is a very young Batman. He is in year 2. If you didn't get that in the opening of the movie,
yeah,
2 years. It's been 2 years.
The
and then
Gotham experiment.
Then he has his notebook where it literally says year 2. Gotham Project year number 2. he's very much just focused on being Batman. He does not care about really being Bruce Wayne at this moment because he just believes that, okay, if I'm just Batman and I do what I got to do, I beat the fuck out of these people.
Put fear into the hearts of criminals. In the
Exactly.
city.
If I put fear into the hearts of little babies, I'm going to be able to do what I need to do, and Gotham's going to be safe. And this is him. And in this movie, he's figuring out, like, okay, this is not the way I need to do this.
Yeah, it's such a good arc for him, dude. I love it a lot. Something that, God damn it, I do the same thing. Like I've watched a lot of YouTube videos this past week about like people gushing about the Batman and voicing their complaints that they have here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And like one of the things that like I'm like heard somebody say or whatever was like, oh damn, I'm not gonna lie, bro, straight cooked moment right now. Reel me back a little bit. What were we just talking about? Because I totally forgot what I was about to say.
We were talking about the not Bruce Wayne that Robert Pattinson was.
Fuck. God damn it. You know what? Let's roll along. If it comes back to me, it'll come back to me.
So, like I was saying, like just so he doesn't understand how to be Bruce Wayne. Like when we've all the Batman films that we've gotten, the Keaton films, the Nolan films, the Batfleck, we're caught in we're given a Batman that understands how to be Batman and also be Bruce Wayne, and how those are codependent on each other and how they can service one another.
Yeah, for sure.
We get a Batman here that doesn't understand that. He's just very much like I think I said to you, like addicted to being Batman.
For
like
sure.
He wants to be Batman. He's like, this is how I, like he says to Alfred, he's, this is my family's legacy right here. Me cleaning up the streets this way. This is how I do this. This is how I carry the legacy on.
Yeah, if none of this works, if all this was for nothing, he's like, I don't care what happens to me.
This movie is very much an evolution of Batman and him understanding, like by the end, like, okay, like there are ways where I can be Bruce Wayne and this can be beneficial to Batman, and how Batman can be beneficial to Bruce Wayne, because if I do all these philanthropic things as Bruce Wayne, if I give money here and I give money there, I want to make sure the money's protected. I'm gonna be Batman to protect that shit.
Yeah.
So he doesn't understand how to be that in this movie. He's very much just like, I'm gonna go around, I'm gonna be Batman.
Yeah.
I'm gonna punch you in the fucking face, bitch.
Yeah.
And like,
it's just straight Batman all the time. Well, I think, and another thing too, that in the way that like Bruce Wayne can help serve Batman as well, which like doesn't really come up in this movie a lot, and I think hasn't in a lot of recent superhero movies, but just like his secret identity, in that like Bruce Wayne being such a like fucking complete 180 to Batman, like just big, loud, fucking playboy philanthropist, like pretty much Tony Stark, but for the DC universe, right?
Yeah,
like helps kind of throw off the scent of him ever possibly being the fucking Dark Knight. Like,
and Bruce Wayne is almost the mask for the Batman, and we get a good quote from Paul Dano's Riddler at the end where he says like, people want to unmask us, but they don't understand that when we put on the mask, like, this is who we are. Like, this is who we really want to be.
Yeah.
So
something that was explored in the old movies, I think, too, the Nolan trilogy, at least, right? Is it's like, I think they did that a lot in Batman Begins and like Dark Knight with like the whole Rachel Dawes shit, which she's like always telling him, she's like, nah, motherfucker. She's like, you're not wearing a mask right now. Like, this is you, homie.
Exactly. And we see that. We see Robert Pattinson's Batman, like, really much just like, I just want to be Batman. Like, he's been patrolling the streets for 2 years. He's very much like saying like, these nights are a blur. Like, I love his fucking contact lenses, bro.
Oh, they're so cool.
Contact lenses,
it's such a cool fucking.
What did you think of his contact lenses that he uses to record everything and then just replays that shit?
Crazy, like a little slight hint of Kingsman.
Okay, I like it. Yeah, fuck yeah, I didn't even think about that. Hey, shout out to one of our other episodes.
Hell yeah, shout out to Kingsman. Throwing it back to what, episode 2?
I think episode 2, yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, dude, I fucked with it hard. I thought it was a great addition to like the plethora of Batman technology, Batman gadgets,
Yeah, showing like the stepping stones of that, of the Batman tech.
Yeah.
Because we get a lot of nice tech in here, but it's not anything that's super over the top crazy. Like,
I would say that's probably like the coolest thing that he's got. Everything else is like his classic shit. He's got his grappling hook, which I also love, by the way how it's like the hidden fucking whooping shoots out really quick or whatever. Yeah.
It reminds me the way it kind of pops out and he shoots it reminds me of just like old school like Michael Keaton Batman kind of, just because it's that sort of like weird boxy sort of movement that clanky
for sure,
that clanky movement. And like that scene where he's in the police station and he is talking to Gordon. They're like, "Oh, I gotta figure out how to get you." Which that scene's fucking great. I love, Jeremy Wright playing freaking.
Oh damn it, we forgot to mention him too.
Playing Commissioner
Jim Gordon,
not,
baby.
Playing Lieutenant Gordon,
He's
not
Lieutenant
Commissioner
right
Gordon
now.
yet.
Lieutenant
but
Gordon.
god damn, he does such a great
Fucking
job.
kills it.
And in that scene when they're in the GCPD and they're figuring out how to get Batman out of there. Fuck, what was I talking about again? Oh, yeah. And freaking Batman punches him in the face.
Yeah.
He's running out in that scene where he pulls out his grappling hook and then shoots it up at the ceiling and then flies up. It reminded me of a mashup of like Michael Keaton Batman and Christopher Nolan Christian Bale Batman. Like that scene, it gave me that nostalgic feel, but it was new. It was fresh, It's like,
for sure. Something about like, I would love to I think it'd be really fun to pick like the director and cinematographer's brain in some of those moments, because there is like a lot, I think, of shots and just the way that they like frame him that are very reminiscent, like that angle of like just him kind of coming up at the camera like that, the way it comes down and just the shooting up is like, like you said, exactly 100%. Keaton and Bale, like to the max. Yeah.
And I just thought this, wrapping up my just general thoughts of the movie, I just thought this shit was really good all throughout. Really gave us a great just detective Batman story that I think we've all been wanting for a long time.
Yeah, I kept hearing you say that, and you honestly have the perfect description for it. It's a detective Batman movie.
As much as grounded as like you're saying the Nolan films were, like they do sort of like hinge on that fantastical like actiony sort of aspect to it, where they do have like there's a lot of action scenes like throughout these movies that are sort of like almost the main focal points of the movie.
Yeah.
Whereas in this one, the Matt Reeves version, it's him figuring out, him being a detective, being the world's greatest detective, but also not being the world's greatest detective yet,
Yeah, this is a Batman that is like still failing sometimes, but I think what's like important is that like when he does fail is that he's able to lean on his supporting cast, which is like the Bat family, right? Which eventually will become the Bat family at some point. I hope, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, and them being able to pick him back up and like rope him around, like whether it's Alfred in the beginning, like being like, oh no, it's a cipher, like this and that, which gets him thinking like, oh no, fuck, maybe it is like back to this or whatever.
Interesting.
Yeah. Oh god, the shades. I love that scene. I don't know what it is, bro, but just seeing like tired ass fucking Bruce Wayne come out and just like throw those shades on is so fucking satisfying. I love it. I don't know why. It's just so good.
How do you feel about the fact that he goes around at night wearing just all black, and then his leisure clothes, like just to be around the house, are just black sweats and a black t-shirt?
I think it's perfect. What do you like? I get it. It's like probably too on the nose or whatever,
funny.
but
I
like
think it's great.
Yeah, the motherfucker's dark. He's gonna have a black wardrobe, all black. Yeah.
And I love that as like serious as this movie is, like there are subtle like funny moments that like like they're not like these freaking gag reel, like
not jokes even necessarily.
It's just like these small little things that you kind of got to catch, like at the beginning when they're investigating the murder of the mayor, and freaking you have like the police investigator sort of talking to Lieutenant Gordon about what's going on with the body, and then
sit rep real
yes,
quick.
and he like is trying to move, and Batman's in the way, and you just see he's just like towering over him, like his head's like out of the shot.
He's like walking. He's like, anyways, and then we got the body.
Like, like he like pauses and he's like, holy shit!
He
like
comes around.
like when I first saw that, like I chuckled like out loud, because like that's funny.
Sure.
Like it's not something that's over the top, like meant to be like, oh, we want you to laugh at this. But if it. And that moment just reminds me of like just a comic book panel. Like that's something like you could see in just like
absolutely
in a comic book.
I
like
can see each frame. I know exactly what you mean, my boy. Like it's like 1, 2, 3, him bumping into Batman. Like it's perfect. A lot of moments like that though, like just like that, like almost like an awkwardness to him, like a stiffness to Batman, where he's like he doesn't interact with his like co-workers or whatever you call them, so to speak, in the same way that other heroes do, like trying to be like breaking down that wall of trust. He's just like, what's the situation? Like, he lies still.
Yeah.
And like, what the fuck you talking about?
Yeah. Or like I thought it was funny when he's in that moment after they've investigated the murder of the mayor, and he's like, the commissioner at the time's like, get this guy out of here. I don't want him here. Get him out of here. Like
he's involved in this. He's You mean to tell me he's involved in this?
And when he's walking out, he's staring at that kid having his intense Batman staring moment. And then Gordon comes up behind him. He's like, yeah, we really gotta go, man.
Get outta here.
We really gotta go, man. Like,
Okay, wait. Let's also really quickly on that moment. Let's pull this off to the side really quick. Is that Robin?
I don't
Ladies
think
and
so.
gentlemen, leave it in the comments or hit us up, whatever, in some DMs. Like,
yes, if you've seen the Batman,
Yeah.
is that little kid that is the mayor's kid? Like, do you think that's gonna be Robin? I personally don't think so.
I think yeah. Okay, so here's the reasons why. I could be completely 100% misled by the images that they're putting on screen. They could totally be doing this, but Batman and Robin are, the ward relationship. He's basically like a father figure to him. The original Robin, Dick Grayson, also loses his parents, which is the main connection for the first time in that. So he like sees another orphan boy. His actual son is like a fucking ninja growing up, and we see him playing around in that ninja suit in the beginning or whatever. And he's all red and shit like that. And then not only that, but like, again, I could be getting completely misled here, but like, he looks at him and they like make eye contact, and he's like, yeah, the boy just lost his father. And then fucking Nirvana kicks in, and basically the rest of the movie starts. And so I was like, yo, that's fucking Robin, bro.
Okay.
Maybe in a couple years, maybe like the third movie, that kid's young as shit right now. Maybe they get a different actor.
I think the kid's gonna have to lose his mom too.
Yeah, they could do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like maybe we get more time with both of them, and then that happens, and that drives them to be Robin at some point or another,
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, the reason just I don't think so is because to me, I feel like that kid is more just in the movie, just more symbolic of just Bruce Wayne just as a kid. Like he
Bruce's
sees that.
pain, yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
he's constantly just like, oh,
That's
me.
Yeah.
That's me when I was a kid.
That's
God damn it.
that's one thing that I think was like really, really well done about this movie was that this is one of, I think, like only two, or maybe it's the only like origin Batman movie that doesn't show the death of
Thank you.
Yeah, Thomas and Martha Wayne.
Yeah.
And somehow still manages to make that a part of like his character and performance more so than any of the other ones. Like in any of the other movies, it happens at the beginning. He grows up to be Batman and then everything's fine. Like he never really thinks about his parents ever again. It doesn't really come up that much, But in this one, like you can see it in every moment. Like each time that kid comes up in the movie, like you just see it on his face of like, he's still fucked up, bro. Like he's not dealing well.
And you see how like Batman, like it just shows like the human side of Batman and how that affects him, and how he really just still does like he care as much as he puts up this like, I don't want to say facade, but just this brick wall of just like no emotions. Like he cares deeply about his family.
Absolutely.
And it's funny because that calls back to like, I think it's the Justice League animated series when I think there's an episode where Batman is going over like the contingency plans on how to take down all of the Justice League members. Yeah. And he finally gets to himself and he's basically saying like, use this family against him. He has really this deep attachment to his mom and his dad and blah, blah, like the Bat family, like people closest to him.
For sure.
And I think like that's another thing this movie does great on is like, it's just so fan servicey, like from things like the animated series to the old like Nolan films, the older Nolan films, to the Keaton films, like.
But I think it's like
it's its own thing, but it's so fan servicey.
It's a different type of fan service because it's like they're servicing you by giving you a fresh new Batman that has like Batman DNA to its core, man. Like it's 110% him. Like there's no doubt about it.
I'm Batman in my blood.
Yeah, and he doesn't even have to say it. His name only happens one time in the whole movie. I'm pretty sure, and it's when fucking. They're on the phone, I think, or no, maybe when they're in the cell, when like Riddler first gets put in the cell and he's like about to do the reveal of Bruce Wayne, or what we think is the reveal of Bruce Wayne. He probably doesn't know. I don't think he knows that he's Bruce Wayne. But he's like, I think this is it. I think it's all coming to an end. It's like, Gordon's like, what are you talking about? The Batman. And that's it.
Ooh, I think it's twice. Actually, Alfred says it. Alfred says the Batman too.
Oh,
remember when he's like, when they're writing the letter, he's like, "Why you write that to the Batman?"
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's true. But still, like, twice
they don't really say it.
in the whole movie. That's like, I'm not that it. I just think it's nice that it doesn't have to be said. You
don't have to overly say, "Oh, Batman."
It makes him Batman. Yeah, it makes him more of a force. Like it makes him more of like a presence. Like they show you he's Batman instead of just saying it. You know what I mean?
Okay, we know he's Batman.
Yeah, like that intro scene I think is like perfect. The whole like fucking they think that I like stick to the shadows.
Mm-hmm.
I am the
Dude,
shadows.
I
It's
loved
such a good
I
opening.
loved the narration and the voiceover. It just, again, it reminds me of like a comic book.
Yeah.
Like some of the best
You see
Batman
the
comic
think
books.
bubbles, bro. Or
Yeah,
like
he's
the
narrating
thought
that
bubbles.
shit.
Yeah.
And that was so good. I wish we would have got a little bit more of that. I wish that would have been like something that popped up like throughout the movie
I thought
while
that could've
he's
been
like
cool. Yeah.
while he's like figuring stuff out. Just to give it more of that comic booky
Yeah.
feel, you know. But
I do
it's something that I wasn't, you know, when I'm sitting there the second, third time watching, I'm not sitting there like, oh man,
not missing.
fuck,
Yeah.
I wish this was in here. You know,
Yeah.
it's something that like,
I do also kind of appreciate that that it bookends the movie.
Yeah.
Because you get one at the front and then you get one at the end.
yeah,
Which
and
is
that's
nice.
and that's why I'm not like sitting here like, oh man,
Yeah.
I wish we would have got more of it, because it's something that you could definitely do with more of it.
Yeah.
But
Like I would have.
when you watch it, you're not sitting there like, ah, man, if this would have been in the movie more, like it would have been way better. Like, no, like it's what's done in the movie is done really, really well.
Yeah.
There's not a whole, there's action in the movie,
God, the action.
but it's sprinkled throughout the movie, and it's
Yeah.
done well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is not like an action movie. Like, I'm not putting this under an action movie sort of category.
I think another thing too that this movie does well is that like I think it definitely isn't an action movie, especially with how long it is, because I think there is probably just as much as some of the other films, but this movie has so much more to work with in other stuff. And then on top of that, they vary the action. Like it's not just fight scenes all the time. Like you only get like what, 3 maybe like real fight scenes, like the one at the very beginning.
Get one in the
middle when he breaks into fucking Oz. He breaks into Ice Spring Lounge.
and then
At the end, he beats the fuck out of the Riddler
I guess you
guys.
can say you get like a little one with him and Catwoman, but
That's
that's
true.
not really like
That's a little
fight
spar.
scene.
Yeah.
That's
But
more of like
yeah.
it's more of like a in Shang-Chi, right? When the dad meets the mom and they're they're fighting, but it's almost like dancing.
They're
you
like
know?
they're kind of flirting a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, that's how they flirt.
they're
That's how
fighting-
Batman flirts.
Exactly.
He's like,
He's like,
you in the face.
yeah,
and you gotta
it's
dodge
like,
it. And
oh,
if you dodge it, it's gonna go pretty well.
it's gonna go pretty well.
That's Batman speeding.
Yeah.
Can you dodge a punch?
Can you dodge a punch?
Can you dodge a wrench?
If
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Yeah, dude, fucking A. But yeah, I think so. But they have like I think a lot of varied action scenes because you get like you were mentioning, you know, like the Gordon scene is really good because that's a cool different take on like a Batman escape, right? Like one thing that I like that actually homie F pointed out earlier, shout out once again, is that like it's realistic scenarios for Batman, like when he's gliding off the building and shit like that. Like in the Nolan movie, he like perfectly fucking times the plane and his parachute and the guy and the like snags, then he's just like later bitches and like floats out of the fucking frame, you know? Like upon seeing this movie, it almost sounds a little ridiculous, but like I love like him barely getting away from the cops in general. Like when he's grappling up the tunnel, it's like tense. Those shots are almost hitting him. He's not going that fast. And then when he finally does get up there, he has to take a second to brace himself. He fucking flies down that alley in between those skyscrapers and like eats shit hard. And it's great.
Smacks the shit out of
He
that
gets
fucking
fucked up.
bus and like the little bridge that's above him. And yeah, I like that they showed, and that's another thing that shows how this Batman's not perfect, right? Like in other films, that Batman would have just, as soon as he gets on the ledge, he's fucking jumping off. Later, bitches.
Yeah.
He's out of here.
It would've been
shooting his
cool.
grappling gun shit.
Yeah.
But like you see Robert Pattinson's Batman, he's running up and he's like, oh shit. Like he's like,
he's not quite there yet.
he knows he has to jump off the building, but he's like, I
He's
don't
not
know,
used
man.
to it.
I don't know.
He probably, it seems like, you think he's
It's my
used
third time jumping off a freaking building.
that's
I
what I
don't
was
know
gonna
how
say.
it's gonna go.
You think he's used it already? Because like it's cool too. Because he like pulls a little zipper cord and then like it kind of like pulls up around all of his shit. Like
the third time watching it, I'm still trying to figure out how it like
How that
where
works.
where it comes out of, because it's just like all of a sudden it's just like
I mean, he's got like
almost Transformer.
he's
type
got like
shit.
chunked armor, you know, like pieces on his chest and shit.
So does it like move and like?
Maybe. I don't know, man. That's the one thing where they're like, you know, fuck it, we're not.
No,
gonna
yeah,
stay
I'm not
realistic.
sitting here and being like, I don't know where it came from. This movie fucking
Yeah,
sucks. But it's
minus
like I'm
10
sitting there the
points.
third time like, hey, where's that shit come
No,
from?
yeah,
bro?
for
Like,
sure,
that shit,
for
that
sure.
shit's some
yeah.
cool shit.
I thought it was, it's a cool, again, like, I figured at one point or another we were probably going to see him, like, glide, like he always does.
Yeah.
But I definitely thought it was going to be more just, like, you know, old movies, like him just coasting and looking real cool. But, nah, man, it was a good variation, you know? I liked it.
Yeah. Paul Dano as the Riddler. What'd you think?
Oh, he's scary, dude. He's chilling. I think he's really, really, really good. I think he's a great actor anyway. Like, I've seen him play like kind of crazy, I guess. In I can't remember what the movie's called, but it's a Beach Boys movie about him playing Brian Wilson.
Okay.
And
Interesting.
yeah, that's a good watch. We can do that sometime. But
Interesting.
I think he does such a good job of like bringing that. Like we were talking about on the car ride home, right? It's like the Zodiac killer vibe, you know, of like just chilling, bro. Like fucking scary as fuck, and really, really intelligent too. Like I don't think you ever feel like he's behind. He always feels like he's ahead of Batman, like throughout the whole movie. I think, like, honestly, until the end, like Batman is almost always playing catch up. Like
basically,
he has to play cleanup at the end, and he figures it out, of course, and he does it. But yeah, like Riddler's plan goes through almost all the way, dude. It's insane.
Yeah, dude. I remember the first time seeing him, like that opening scene. Like I'm sad we kind of walked in a little bit late, but there's like what I think like. The movie does a good job of painting that parallel of between like the Riddler and Batman and how they're so similar, because we have there's an opening scene like right when you have the opening where it's like the Batman and it plays that nice little music, that music, and then
I love that intro too, by the way.
And you have you see someone looking through a window with binoculars, right? But you don't know who it is, right? Especially if you're watching it the first time, you just hear like a little
scary ass breathing.
But you're like, okay, is it Batman? Is it who is it? And then you realize it's the Riddler. And
you zoom into the apartment.
Man, when the mayor's sitting there watching the newscast, and then all of a sudden he moves and you see the freaking Riddler. Like the first time I saw it, oh dude,
just the reflection of his glasses.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit. Like out loud in the theater, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah,
and it gave me goosebumps. And he does a great job. I love his voice. You know, like it did give me sort of like Heath Ledger Joker sort of vibes, like the way he was kind of doing the character. Like it seems like he definitely might have took a lot from that, like, you know, inspiration and whatnot, but he, you know, he did his own spin. Like I love that he played like that weirdo Reddit user type.
Yeah, for
dude,
sure. That was a cool angle. Another modern like angle that I appreciated for sure. Yeah,
but it felt very like Zodiac. Like it felt very Kevin Spacey, like Seven sort of vibes, but not too much on like the, you know, like, because at the end of Seven you have Kevin Spacey, who he really is gloating to freaking, you know, Detective Mills, like, you know, about his plan and all this stuff, where Riddler's he doesn't really do that at the end. It's more of like he's like telling Batman like the whole plot, thinking that they're working together, because that's his the whole shtick at the end. Like the whole thing at the end is him like thinking, being so crazy and being so deluded that he thinks that him and Batman are working together. Like he thinks that. And I love that twist, because it's not the generic villain like, okay, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna say my whole plot because I think I'm better than you. It's like, yo, I thought we were working together, but then he's come to that realization like, oh, we're not working together. Batman doesn't fuck with me, and God damn, like, what? You didn't figure it out? Okay, well, I guess you're not as smart as I fucking thought you were. Like, dude,
and that honestly fucks with him too. Batman gets pissed. God damn it, because he fucking loses right there in that moment. Sorry, go ahead. Where you
I don't know. I think what I was gonna say is like there's also no like, Batman doesn't really like win.
No,
really.
He plays cleanup. Like even I think going forward, like I wonder in the second movie if we'll pick up, or even just like where that last scene takes place, like with Selina and Bruce at the end, because like Gotham's fucking flooded, bro.
Yeah, it looks like they're very much going real like no man's land sort of.
That's what happens at the end of Dark Knight Rises. Like the end of the trilogy is like Gotham gets bordered off and abandoned and shit. But that's like just how this movie ends, and they don't say anything about cleanup. So
so I'm excited. It looks like they're going that no man's land sort of vibe, where it looks like, you know, you're gonna have these different sections of Gotham that Batman's gonna have to clean up, and that there's these certain people that are gonna be taken over. Like we see Penguin's taking the place of Carmine Falcone.
I think that really was like a little tool that they put into the story and just this world building in general, to kind of be like, all right, there was a slight handle on the city. The Riddler was probably the craziest thing that they had seen at that point, but now that everything is up for grabs, that's an opportunity for all of these supervillains to surface in the continuing movies. Like they can cut it up, or like I could see them establishing all of the like quote unquote like gangster villains.
Yeah.
In a sense, like Penguins. Like maybe they can even start getting Two-Face started. The DA
Yeah,
just got killed,
exactly, I was
so
gonna say,
we can get some Harvey
Coulson,
Dent in there. Yeah.
Who's the DA? We could have a Harvey Dent come, especially Gotham needs cleaning up now.
Yeah.
We're gonna have
Yeah.
a lot of villains, so I could see
They
that.
left a lot
Damn,
open,
yeah.
dude. They can do everything, and they can do it so fucking well. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Wow.
But so one thing I want to say about the villains too, and like about Riddler really quick, is that like I like that every villain of Batman's, including Batman himself, is like fucking mentally ill, bro. Like
Yeah.
balls to the walls crazy. And so like the fact of how grounded these movies were, or this movie is, highlights how fucking scary that shit would actually be. Because like I think what's good in this like movie too is that like every death scene is very, very jarring. Like they don't just like shoot somebody or like fucking like the old movies where Batman just blows somebody up with a grenade down the tunnel or some shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like every time it happens, it's like, oh fuck, like it feels real.
Yeah.
And so that's something that I'm excited to see them like explore in the future movies as well. Is it's like keep going with like these people are fucking crazy. Like
Yeah.
they've lost it. Like they're beyond like belong in Arkham. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like God.
Yeah, I was thinking about the other day. I think Batman may have the best rogues gallery
Oh yeah,
out
because
there.
yeah,
I like
a good debate that we should maybe do sometime, or
Yeah.
I don't know, bring up in for maybe
I think
people out
Batman
there.
and Spider-Man are very like 1 and 2
They're
like
close.
best rogues
They're very
galleries out
close.
there. But yeah, there's a lot of places they can take it. I hope they establish a new villain that we haven't seen yet. I like that we got the Riddler because we haven't gotten a real
Yeah.
Riddler since Jim Carrey. I mean, I guess
Yeah.
we had one in Gotham if you watched Gotham, but it wasn't like, he didn't get to be full fledged like Riddler
Yeah,
too
Not too-
crazily.
yeah,
So I like that we got this one, especially a kind of a new take on a
a
Riddler,
very
right?
new take.
A very,
new
very
take.
different
I
new
think
take.
One of the things that I think they sort of, I don't know, maybe I could be wrong, but like, have you ever read or seen the animated movie Batman Hush?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so I kind of got those vibes a
watched
little
that
bit
the other
too.
day.
Yeah, so in the comic book, Hush turns out to be somebody else. His name's Tommy Elliott. But in the animated movie, they did a spin where it ends up being the Riddler, right?
Riddler,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's Edward Nygma. So, fucking, I thought they kind of took a little bit of inspiration from that. I don't know, like
100%.
especially his like silhouette and just his costume. It reminded me a lot of Hush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I watched Batman Hush the other day. I went on like a super heavy like
Batman
Batman
cleanse.
binge where I watched
Yeah.
I watched Hush. I watched
All those animated movies are fantastic.
dude, I watched
whether
the-
they're old or new.
Yeah,
Like,
I watched the Long Halloween part 1 and 2, which
oh,
they
I
took.
haven't seen those yet.
Dude, it's really good. They take a bit.
those are kind of
from,
new, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They take a bit from. Well, I mean, it's been from the comics, but
Yeah. Yeah.
they
Long Halloween is him. Everybody breaks out on Halloween,
It-
right? Like he's got to take care of all of them at once.
So within the movie, it's people close to Carmine Falcone are getting murdered,
Mm-hmm.
and they just don't know who it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to give too much away. 'Cause
Okay, yeah, I'll watch it.
But it's
Yeah.
really good. It's good, man.
Yeah.
Like they took a little bit from that. There's like in that animated movie, there is like in this Batman movie, there is the theme of like the sins of the father fall upon the son.
Yeah, yeah,
and stuff
for
like
sure,
that. So
for
that's
sure.
a big thing in the Long Halloween 1
Okay.
and 2. It's
Yeah.
it's great. It's something you got to watch definitely because
I
they
will. I'll
definitely
check
took
that out.
inspiration from that for this. A
Yeah.
lot of inspiration from Batman Year One. So I love that. I love that this is very much like Matt Reeves loves Batman. You
Yeah,
can tell.
definitely.
So I
Yeah.
love that we're getting
A
someone
lot
that
of heart and soul.
is really down for Batman. Is down for basically anything Batman. Like
Anything
he
Batman,
is
dude.
in love with the Batman
Mhm.
character. He's down to do what he's down to do.
Yeah, dude.
And in the interview he said he would like to do like a Mr. Freeze. So I hope, dude, I hope a Mr. Freeze is where they go. Because I was telling you the other day, as soon as he
Mr.
said
Freeze.
that,
Yeah.
as soon as he said, "Oh, I would like to do Mr. Freeze," people on Twitter got to they're fan casting
all
and
the
be
time,
like,
all the
"Who
time.
would we like to be Mr. Freeze?" And someone that popped up that I wish I would not have seen because I do not want to see anyone else now. And if I see anyone else, I'm
It's
gonna
gonna suck.
fucking be disappointed. But we need to get a like hashtag on Twitter started of fucking get Bryan Cranston to be
Get
Mr.
Bryan
Freeze,
Cranston.
bro.
Yeah,
oh my
to play
god,
Mr.
he would
Freeze, absolutely.
kill
He'd kill it, for
bro.
sure. Yeah.
Because Mr. Freeze is very much this, I mean, for lack of a better word, a cold character who, you know, like, but he's this character who's very much like he is on this mission to do what he's got to do.
Yeah, which is like,
and it's not necessarily that he's out to get the Batman, but it's more of just like, just don't be in my way, Batman.
Yeah.
Just don't be in my motherfucking way.
Yeah, he needs to save his life. It's always Nora.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And fucking Bryan Cranston can do that.
He's
shit,
already
bro.
done it.
Yeah.
That's what he does in Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
He just like I think they could, and then him getting ahead of himself and maybe falling into the villainous role a little bit, you know, like I think he could play it perfectly.
Yeah. And I would be excited
Get Bryan
to
Cranston.
Yeah. Hashtag get Bryan Cranston.
Hashtag get Bryan Cranston.
Get that trending on Twitter.
Please.
Imagine if we did get that trending on Twitter and people are like, why are people trying to get Bryan Cranston? What are they trying to get Bryan Cranston for?
For the Batman.
Damn, that door just opened.
On its own.
Damn.
Son of a bitch.
This house is haunted.
Whoa.
So, hey, that's some cool shit though. Fuck it.
Hey, we caught it on camera.
Hey, yeah. I mean, fuck. I was just looking at it, but yeah, Bryan Cranston's Mr. Freeze, bro. That'd be awesome.
I think it'd be fantastic, dude. Yeah, I'd be super excited to see it.
What'd you think about, as I roll up another one here,
Yeah.
what did you think about freaking Zoe Kravitz's Catwoman?
Oh, I loved her, dude. I thought she was awesome. I'd like every time I saw her on screen this time, I was like, yep.
Because
that's
I
Catwoman.
love Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman.
Yeah.
I just don't think the character was written very well in the movie.
In this one? Why not?
Yeah,
Do you
I
not
just-
like the Falcone twist?
No, I did like that.
Yeah?
I just felt like, I don't know, there were some moments that were just sort of like I don't know, like, how do you know how to be a cat burglar?
How does she know?
How does she know?
How's Batman know?
Because Alfred trained him and did that shit.
Yeah, but like,
And that's like all.
Alfred taught him how
I
to
don't know.
fight.
I just don't think it was like the best like written Catwoman.
Yeah.
I think with what she got, she did fucking amazing. That I'm not saying that I don't like Zoe Kravitz. I just
Yeah.
don't think it was like the craziest like written Catwoman.
I think it's
you know?
I think it's like another thing of like,
But then I also have to remind myself this isn't a Catwoman origin story.
yeah, I was gonna say it's like in the same way that Batman's been doing it for 2 years, she's probably also been doing it for a couple years now, and we're just not as familiar with the origin story of Catwoman. So
Why, if she's a cat burglar, why does she owe $492? Who does she owe
Oh, yeah.
$492 to, bro?
Well, I mean,
You're telling me if you're a cat burglar, you can't go out
she's
and
good, but
burgle
she always.
$492?
Hey man, you know, the plot. You're
Yeah,
right.
no, I know,
You're right,
I know,
you're
I know,
right. No.
I know. But like, hey,
I
man,
did, but as far as the performance goes, and I think her playing the character, I thought she did a great job.
she is great.
Yeah,
she was great.
I heard somebody on YouTube, a reviewer that I've been watching forever, say that like he still likes Michelle Pfeiffer
Mhm.
as Catwoman more in I think Batman Returns. I think is what the second one's called, Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
So I want to go back and watch that and see what that's all about
Mhm.
because I know that she's a big part of that movie too.
Yeah.
But this definitely beats out Anne Hathaway for me, like by miles.
Yeah,
So,
I don't even really remember Anne Hathaway
She's
too
barely
much.
in the third movie.
Like,
That's honestly even more poorly written than this one, I think.
no, yeah, that's for sure. Like,
Catwoman, yeah.
that's
Yeah.
terrible. That's a terrible freaking Catwoman. I might have to. Can you open that door for him?
Little puppies. Little puppies.
And freaking, but yeah, I mean, yeah, like I mean, what she did with the character, I think she did great. Yeah, close it. I just don't think there was a lot there for her to like go on.
Yeah.
I felt like the kiss that they had was a little forced, honestly.
Yeah, I would have preferred if like they say, because I think
Save it for the third movie.
yeah,
'cause,
dude, I
'cause
think
to
a Batman Catwoman romance can be really good, but it has to be earned because they have to like have almost like the will they won't they shit.
Yeah, that's
know
a
what I
big
mean?
that's a
Like-
big part of their relationship is the will they won't they.
At
like,
one point or another, I want Catwoman to be down for Batman and Bats to just be like, no, I gotta be Bats right now. And
Yeah.
then vice versa for it to flip. Maybe she dips into more villainous side. Sometimes she can be like working with the bad guys, you know, and so
Yeah.
then they have to not be together. And then they can finally, like you said, third movie,
Mhm.
then do that shit, you know? One kiss doesn't solidify their true love, blah, blah, blah. Who knows? They do they part ways at the end, but
And that was another thing, even after like the third viewing, like the quote unquote love story that they had, like it was okay.
yeah.
Like it wasn't like the greatest. Like I thought.
I think the kiss. I think the first kiss comes out of like, it's kind of all right because I think it's her just. like in a way kind of telling him like, you need to chill the fuck out, like relax. Because at that point, that's when she's asking him to like help him take care of Kenzie, the fucking dirty cop, the guy who fucking Batman broke his nose and shit, right?
Who's the broken nose? Who's the mustache with the broken nose?
The mustache with the. I love that shit, dude. Yeah. And then the other line after that too. You like Gordon asks him, he's all, "You saying he moonlights for the Penguin?" He's like, "Nah, I'm saying he moonlights for the cop." And moonlights as a cop. Yeah, dude, it's so good. But fuck, god damn it, I keep losing it, dude. Too cooked.
What were
Some bitch.
I mean, we were talking about Catwoman, but
Oh yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I just feel like their love story was it was cool.
Oh,
but
yeah,
it needs to be more of that will they won't they, because that is classic. Like Batman and Catwoman is that will they won't they. Like you want them to be together because they are perfect for each other. Like
yeah, and it makes sense. They're like a good superhero couple.
Yeah,
like, yeah.
So one person that Batman actually like generally like enjoys.
He would be. He already knows she's Selena Kyle, and like at a certain point, were she to become like trustworthy enough. I don't think she's quite there yet. Like, you know what I mean? But like at some point, maybe again, like second or third movie, he could trust her with the identity as well, of just being Bruce.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say about her though, was that like, I think they could have gotten away with the first kiss, because the first one is almost like, he's like, "Don't worry, I'm going to protect you if anything happens." And then she just smooches him really quick and she's like, "Bitch, please. I can take care of myself, relax." And she walks away. That I feel like is a good Catwoman move,
Uh-huh.
But then at the end, when he like is like fucking blasted by the shotgun, that's just hardcore, bro. The double barrel, just like straight to the chest. Holy fuck. That one is like a loving one, She's like, "Don't worry." She's like, "It's okay." Like blah blah blah, and then she smooches him real quick before he goes out.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I could have done without both of them, just because I just like, again, I felt like it was something that was forced. Felt like out of the fan servicey things, like we didn't need that.
Yeah, we could have waited.
We again, I wanted more of the will they won't they. Like, are they gonna? We know we want them to be together, but are they gonna figure it out for them? Are they gonna figure it out for themselves? Yeah. But then I think like the dialogue that they had together was good, because it very much was like Batman, Catwoman,
all the time.
Like especially at the end where Batman's like, "Hey Selena, take care of yourself." Like that. I was just like, okay, I see Batman saying that like in the comics. Like, I can see
for sure,
because he doesn't know what to say. Like,
that's one thing that they translated really well, regardless of whether he was Bruce Wayne or Batman. And again, it's like he hasn't learned that part of Bruce Wayne yet to put up that facade, but like he doesn't know how to be a human being, dude. Like, he only knows how to be Batman. Like, he can't like talk to people. That's the most compassion. That's the most like, "Hey, I'm gonna miss you," that he can express to Selena. It's just like, "Hey," long pause, "take care of yourself." Like, it's crazy. It's good.
Yeah, and
but
like
I think he's on the road. He's on the road to becoming warm Papa Batman, who takes care of the Bat family and everything like that.
I hope we get a Catwoman series.
Oh, I'd be really down for that.
That would be great.
That would be fucking awesome.
Because, I mean, Zoe Kravitz does the show High Fidelity. She's down to do shows. You know, I think if they give her the right script, the right writer to do a Catwoman, I think that can be great, because, she's off to Bloodhaven at the end of the movie.
Yeah. Get a little bit of... Well, I mean, there's no Nightwing yet. But, it'd be cool to set that up for maybe a possible future Nightwing show.
Yeah, exactly. We could
build out a whole world.
We can start dropping the Easter eggs for Nightwing in the Catwoman Blood series. Maybe we get some Flying Graysons.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
That'd be tight.
Really cool, yeah.
But yeah, that's a gripe that I had with the movie. Like, I didn't think the Catwoman was written very well. Okay. Even though I loved Zoe Kravitz, I thought she did great.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Like, I mean, there wasn't.
I thought one of the things that we were talking about it earlier, is it's like, what could they have cut out to make it shorter, right?
Yeah.
I think one thing that I thought was also not poorly done, but just like very shortly done and cleaned up, was like the corruption of the Waynes. I think they could have snipped that out and saved that for another movie. Like, I think a second movie that's not necessarily about like a villain, but it's about Batman dealing with the fact that like everything he built, the very feeble childhood that he had, is a fucking lie, could be a really good movie that doesn't need a villain. They could use the Court of Owls.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
What I was gonna say.
So like, I thought maybe they can bring it back. Who knows? But I thought that was very rushed and took up a lot of time. You know what I mean? Like, they go through the whole exposure thing of all that, and to be like, "Oh no, Thomas was corrupt and he was trying to protect his image to become mayor," and then Alfred's basically like, "No, he wasn't."
Do you feel
and
like
that's it.
Do you feel like that's wasted now if they try to do like if they try to do a Court of Owls, like will it not be as like, oh my god, like if because we already got this now, we already see like the corruption, like there's this, like how many times can there be a bigger fish, you know what I'm saying? Like
I think
how many times can you peel that curtain back and be like, oh no, someone else is actually pulling the strings, because that's very much what this movie is. Like it's this corruption behind the scenes. It's the cops. No, it's
for sure.
no, it's the mayor. No, it's actually Falcone. How many times can you get deeper like that?
I think one thing that could be cool is this movie shows the ground level of the fucking, what do you call it, of like, God, what's the word? Oh, corruption. Jesus Christ. God, I'm cooked tonight, bro. This is really a too high for TV episode.
We are two guys who are too fucking high
for TV, man. Yeah. So I think, this first movie is like a ground level exposure of like the corruption of like kind of the gangster level villains, right? Like the Falcones, the fucking you get a little bit of talk of fucking Sal Maroni, right?
Yeah.
And then
I like
Penguin.
that we don't get Sal Maroni, because we get Sal Maroni in the Nolan ones.
I was down
really
to just
get like a Falcone in the Nolan ones.
That's one that I could have used more of, bro. Is fucking John Turturro as fucking Carmine Falcone.
I'm so sad that he
died. Me too. It would have been cool if they just locked him up, just so he could have little spots here and there throughout. Because I mean, I just love, one of the great things about comic books is that there's giant casts of characters that never die for various reasons, but they always pop back up just in little spots here and there, Yeah. And so that would have been, I think, a fun role for him to come back as. So I think that kind of sucks. But either way, it was good.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, how do you feel about, major spoilers here, how do you feel about the
Are we going for that last little scene?
The Arkham scene with the unnamed Arkham prisoner.
Yeah. Well, is it Arkham?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think I'm down for it. I'm a little nervous, of course, as anybody would be. Every single time somebody has to cast the Joker, or any other, that honestly, goes to show the power of the Joker as a character. It's like whenever you cast a new superhero, people are going to be skeptical because they're the main title character of the fucking movie, right?
Yeah.
Nobody gets their panties in a twist when you say Paul Dano's going to play the Riddler, or so-and-so's going to play this person, that person. But when you talk about who's going to play the Joker, people are like, yo, who the fuck's doing that shit?
Yeah.
So but I believe that I am down for this rendition of what they got going on. I was telling you very quickly in the car ride home, I watched an interview with Matt Reeves talking about that scene in particular. He came out right away and was very upfront about how there was actually more planned for the movie, right? That Batman has already tangled with this character who is not quite yet the Joker, but will eventually evolve to. Like, the signs are very clear.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a very much like a Silence of the Lambs type.
Kind of trying to profile get into the mind of what this new level of like villain is, of criminal is. Like, it's not just regular bad guys planning and selling drugs and shit. Like, it's people with vendettas who are willing to destroy cities for like personal shit, Exactly. Yeah. But I like that actor a lot.
Barry Keoghan.
Is that how you say his name?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Barry Keoghan. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Good to know. I like him a lot, and I think the take that Matt Reeves talked about, which is like a kid who's born always smiling, like it's a condition in his like face or whatever that means he's always smiling, which I'm sure at some point or another as a kid growing up would get you into some tough situations if, some kind of bully's talking shit to you. Why are you smiling, kid? Gets a shit beat out of him or whatever. Like, exactly. In a way, I think it would be cool to see a Joker that was born to be the Joker instead of like made into the Joker. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the transformation into him going over the top and like getting a white face, if that even happens, who knows, can be done by the Batman still. But like, I'm down for him being completely different, like a totally new take. I like almost like a Joaquin Phoenix level Joker, like not the exact same shit, but shout out again. Thank you, Devin. Big time shout out. That shit's dope as fuck still.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I wasn't honestly the biggest on that scene. I felt that could have been more of like a post-credit scene. I
Yeah.
feel like it would have been nice as a post-credit scene, even though I personally don't think DC should do post-credit scenes.
No, I think that can set them apart for sure.
Leave it to Marvel. Let
let
Marvel
it be their thing.
do that post-credit scene. But
I appreciate that this didn't have a post-credit scene.
yeah, I mean, it kind of did, but it really
has the little
didn't. Yeah,
question mark,
The-
right? And
that
you can.
brought a lot of.
Yeah, it flashes the URL that Batman follows in the movie, and I guess.
And then
you can
actually, I
go
think
there.
they dropped some like pictures on that website
Cool.
too.
Okay, sick.
But yeah, I honestly didn't care for that scene too much. I felt like it was kind of just like misplaced in the movie. Like I feel like that's something that could have like been cut out of the movie.
Yeah, could have saved you time for sure. That was
just-
very much. I was wondering going into this movie because I remembered that that's how Batman Begins ends, right? Is that like he comes up and Gordon's like, we got a new fucking bad guy on the scene or whatever, and he's like, this is his calling card, and it's just a Joker, and he's like, looks like trouble or whatever, blah blah blah. And I was wondering if they're gonna do it, and they did, but
Yeah, I don't know, like the voice didn't do it for me, even though I know this is like probably a Joker that's not really the Joker yet.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know,
definitely.
but with the Joker, like there's gotta be, if you're gonna put him physically in the movie and you're gonna hear him and you're almost gonna,
you're gonna
his
start to
voice is
imagine
the
him.
most important part of the Joker, right?
Yeah, it's a big time part. Yeah, for sure.
You gotta get me with the voice, and the voice didn't really do it for me. The laugh didn't really do it for me. It felt kind of generic.
Yeah.
I felt like the laugh that the Riddler was doing in that scene was kind of better than the laugh that the Joker was doing. I don't know.
I
Like-
could see that. Yeah.
Like
The-
there's just this the laugher the
laugher.
Joker just has this laugh that's just this evil like cackle.
Yeah,
that
it's supposed to be
you know,
disgustingly
it's-
scary.
yeah,
Yeah, for
that-
sure.
he's laughing when you're punching his fucking face. And
Yeah.
like I don't know. That laugh just didn't do it for me.
I think one thing that might change that is, first of all, he was probably casted and then brought in to shoot very quickly. I doubt they spent a lot of time developing him as a character or even giving him a chance to like really develop a full performance.
So here's the thing. They actually had him shooting fake scenes in the movie so people wouldn't know
Yeah.
that he was a Joker.
As a cop, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know.
So
if
see,
you have time to shoot fake scenes,
Yeah.
you should have time to shoot the real fucking scenes and make the scenes. Like that,
you
so
should-
that scene
well,
didn't
so-
like that scene didn't do it for me. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't like
I think I agree. Okay, so I think I do agree with you that is a scene I would have been okay with them cutting out.
yeah.
But I am still down and ready to see him as the Joker because, again, for one, I think he needs time to develop the performance.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And two, you can see it very, very vaguely in the shots that they do give us, but it seems like he's fucked up. It seems
Yeah.
like they've done some kind of prosthetic in the same way that they have to Oz.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Barry Keoghan is a good enough actor in the same way that Colin Farrell is, that really go into that, let him disappear into that makeup, and he's gonna deliver something good.
Yeah.
So I'm down for him. If they're gonna cast him as Jerome, Jack, whatever they're gonna call him, and then make him the Joker eventually, I want to see how it unfolds.
I want to see them bring the other homie back from Gotham and do freaking Joker.
He was
'cause
fucking awesome.
fucking great.
He's scary, dude.
Like
He's
he
good,
is
too.
scary.
Yeah.
Like
Cameron
that's what I
Monaghan.
need. I need someone that is like gonna scare the shit out of me. You're gonna smile and you're gonna scare the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Like again, like that scene didn't do it for me.
Yeah.
But Barry Keoghan is a
He's
great actor.
Yeah.
He probably can do a great job. I just need to see it. But again, I think it's just something that for me in this movie I didn't need. I feel like the
they could've cut it
Joker
out.
is sort of, I don't want to say played out because like Joaquin Phoenix did such a great job, but it's just like
But we've gotten
so
a lot
many
of
like
Jokers.
and like Heath Ledger is just that pinnacle, man.
Yeah.
He's just that like it's Heath Ledger and Mark Hamill like 1 and 2 like neck
Mark
and neck.
Hamill's my favorite Joker.
Like
Yeah.
it because they just have that like that voice, man. Like
It's down for
it's
sure.
The voice,
yeah.
you
The
know.
presence, like
Yeah.
regardless of what the situation is, they can be the Joker. Like,
Yeah. But like, I just with this like Batman, I'm pretty sure we're gonna be getting a trilogy with
I
this
hope
trilogy.
so.
I just want them to do something so like different, and they did really good with the Riddler. I just don't want them to just get back into this, status quo of just like, all right, let's just do the Joker because yes, that is the most probably the most iconic villain out there.
Yeah. What have you ever fucking played any Telltale games? Do you know about those?
No.
Okay, so Telltale's like this like different kind of game series where it's basically like detective games. Like you walk around and you investigate clues, and there's action sequences and stuff, but they're like quick time events. You just click to the right really quick or press this button and that button, and he dodges out of the way.
Okay.
And they made a Batman one.
Oh.
That's really good, and the whole game is based off of choices. There's like five different endings, I think, for each game that you play. And so depending on how you go along the path, it comes out differently. And one of them, the second one, is a Batman Joker one where you can actually determine the outcome of the Joker. He can either become an anti-villain, which is super fucking weird and nobody wants, but you can do it, or he can become like a villain. And he's crazy the whole time. Like, it's not like he's like, you know, ever like a good guy or anything like that. Like, he's always on the brink.
Yeah.
But I think it could be cool to see them play with that. Maybe they bring back some scenes of like Batman going in and maybe talking with him throughout the second movie while dealing with other villains, so that we see them start to develop, like, because I mean, you know, they're made for each other at the end of the day, right? So like it
Peanut
would
butter and jelly at that point.
So it would actually be kind of cool to see them actually develop a relationship.
Yeah.
Before they become the Batman and the Joker. You know what I mean? Like maybe they almost sort of work together in a fucked up way. In that sense of like he kind of gives them an insight to shit, but then he just becomes a king of crime, you know?
Fucking. I'm like, I guess now that I'm thinking about it, I'm interested to see like where they're gonna go with the Joker, because like in the comics there's a few different like versions of the Joker that you can get, right? You can get the very like crime lordy Joker. Yep. You can get the really psychotic serial killer,
just like there to fuck your life up Joker.
Yeah, and you can get the anarchist Joker. That's literally
world
there to cause just chaos.
The one that kills Lois Lane and then fucking turns Superman into a like villain god.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I'm interested because, you know, that I think that's very much what like the Heath Ledger Joker was, like the anarchist sort of, just like he's gonna cause chaos.
Definitely.
I feel like Jared Leto, for what we got of his Joker, it was very much that. It seemed like it was very much the crime lordy sort of.
I do not care for Jared Leto's Joker.
I did not either. I was excited at first, you know, when we got those previews. I was excited because I was like, okay, let's see.
That was another one.
Because he had that, to me, he had that initial sort of just like craziness like look almost, you know, where he's like clanking the little fucking the jumper cables together, and he's like, oh, and he's like doing something like that, and I was like, okay, that sort of like freaked me out a little bit, but then you're watching and I'm like, it's kind of
I think like in the same way that like I just wasn't down for any Jared Leto stuff. I think the first image definitely fucked me up for sure, because they released him like doing his little fucking Home Alone shtick or whatever, and he had that big old damaged tattoo across his forehead and like all the rest of his tattoos and shit, and I was like, fuck you, whoever made this, get the fuck out of here. Like damaged. That's not the Joker. I wasn't down with that at all.
The Joker is damaged, you know.
Nah, bro, he loves that shit. That's crazy. Joker loves being the Joker. That's bullshit. He's not.
No, he does.
Yeah.
Would you rather him had no regrets?
I'd rather him have no regrets on his fucking forehead, bro. But yeah, like I agree. I think they can do hopefully something different. I would appreciate something new. I think we have seen a good number of those. I think Jack Nicholson was also kind of the crime lord, Joker. You know, we got that in that movie. I guess we haven't really had like a live action version of just psychotic fuck your life up Joker. So it could be fun to see that.
Yeah, I think that might be the version that they're going with.
I think this world is set up to make him shocking in a way that we've never seen. Like I think Heath Ledger's Joker is terrifying, but not in like a real sense. Like he's killing people with pencils and doing magic tricks and stuff like that, which is awesome. Amazing. And it's a good scene, and it's still chilling, but like you watch it and you smile. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you see the Riddler kill people in this, you do not smile. It's fucking terrifying. And so I want to see that with the Joker. I want to see the Joker be scary. Like
I don't know, but in that scene with the in the Dark Knight, you do get those scenes, you know, when he shows up to what was the guy's name? Gamble's fucking the dude shooting pool.
Yeah.
You want to know how I got these scars?
Oh yeah, and he puts the knife in his
mouth.
Like,
dude, that part's fucking.
That is good. Yeah.
You know. Oh man, like
it is. Yeah, it is. I mean,
you know how I got these scars.
Not to say that like Heath Ledger's Joker doesn't go there, because it does for sure. But I think with also having the other slightly more cartoonish Joker aspects to him, it like doesn't make it a full like serial killer vibe. You know what I mean? Like that's what I want to see. I want to see it in this grounded universe.
Yeah.
Like,
So I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I wasn't the biggest on the scene, but we'll see where Barry Keoghan goes with it. And
Matt Reeves, you have my full trust. Like I make whatever you want, dude. Give me all the Batmans.
Hey, you can make whatever you want to, as long as it's freaking still fan service like that. Like I appreciated the fuck out of it.
Thank God, it was so good.
Freaking dude, Colin Farrell. What the fuck, man?
Oh, that's so good. I'm excited to get a series with him. I am interested to see. I think one thing that could be cool, I think HBO Max has the money, and I think hopefully they've learned kind of a lesson from Disney and Marvel in that, like, now that we have an established Batman, like, I don't give a fuck about anything else that comes out. Like, Robert Pattinson is Batman. Go forward with that. Don't do anything else. If you want to give us Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck in the Flash thing, cool. But fucking send them away after that. Like, main Batman needs to be Robert Pattinson. He's the shit.
Yep.
And so, like, I think I'm cooked again. Fuck, I keep losing it, dude. Son of a bitch.
I forgot where we were at too. Did you hear where we were at, F? What we were talking about?
God, that movie's long, bro. That's what it is. We just sat there for 3 hours.
High peas in a pod.
You were talking about how Penguin's gonna get his own series.
Oh yeah. I think it would be. Thank you. Fuck yeah, bro.
Yes.
I think it would be really fucking cool to see Robert Pattinson show up in the Penguin series.
Oh yeah.
Not a lot.
Gonna get that.
Yeah, not a lot. Not a lot. But maybe one or two. Like in the same way that we got Mando at the end of Boba Fett. Give us an episode where Batman shows up and like. Maybe even has to kind of work with Penguin a little bit. Like, who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think we might get that because that kind of is what like the Batman sort of universe is almost like.
They're all
as
entangled.
Much as
it's
much
very
as
personal.
he always is working to take down his villains, like there are points where he has to work with them, you know?
Yeah.
And we see that sort of in this movie, right? When he has to go in the Penguin and work with them a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sort of roughs him up a little bit.
But he's not going to kill him. Like, that's one of the things that's like really... I mean, like, Batman never kills anybody.
Bats? How you doing, Hey?
Oh, God. I want to see that so bad. I want to hear that shit.
How you doing, Bats? You come to me here.
Hey, Bats. How you been? Hey. How you been?
Hey, you remember you left me there all tied up, Bats?
Yeah. Hey, but you know what?
I forgive you.
No
I forgive you.
No hard feelings.
Come here. Let me kiss your cheeks here.
Embrace me.
Which cheeks? Which cheeks? Ah.
Oh, dude. Yeah. No, I'm so down for it, bro. I'm so down. I can't wait. I heard the Gotham series or the GCPD Gotham series got like turned into Arkham, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be more of like a Arkham Asylum sort of type. So it's like horror. Which,
that could be.
That's gonna be great.
That could be something fun too. You know, like I don't know what they would do there, but I think that could
we can get some scary shit. We can get like obviously we can get Riddler and Joker in there.
You know,
we can get maybe like a pre-Scarecrow in there. Maybe he's like a scientist working on some shit in there before he actually turns into Scarecrow. And in that series, maybe he's
Crane.
You know, he
just Dr. Crane still.
Yeah, maybe he turns into Scarecrow.
Is Margot Robbie still playing Harley Quinn? Like, is she contracted to keep going?
I don't think they'll have her in that.
Hey, I got a question though. I don't think I heard you guys talk about it.
No, what's up? Got a question from the crowd.
Yeah.
What's up with fucking Alfred being dead already, homie?
No, he's okay.
No, he's good.
He's good. He's alive. I got scared too, though, bro.
Yeah.
I was terrified. I thought they were gonna kill Alfred, and I was gonna be not down with that. Yeah.
No, yeah, he's good. They have like, no, yeah, he's fine. That's when I first saw it. Right when I'm first watching the movie, and they freaking have that scene where he blows up. I'm like, what the fuck? They just kill Alfred?
Bullshit.
Right?
Yeah.
But then no, he was good. Yeah, he's alive. He
Alfred's a bad motherfucker, bro.
I think he went to the bathroom during that scene because it was like a scene where like you could have gone to the bathroom.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were gonna take a little bit longer in the bathroom, but.
Because then I was on munchies, homie. So
oh, that's right. Yeah, dude.
Hey,
yo, what was up with that theater? Like, bro, they always had a big ass line, bro.
Dang, I know. When we walked out, it was even crazier, dude.
Yeah, because I did get up in the movie at one time, and I came back with a hell of popcorn and freaking candy.
I didn't want anything, but once I was sitting there for a minute, those terpenes were just getting to
me. Dude, I had to get up and get in that. I didn't have to get up, but I went up and I got in that line.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me know if there's just like a couple people just like working back here, and like there's this big ass line. And it was also confusing that like you bought your tickets where you bought like your food, I guess.
Yeah, that was super weird.
So, I bought the tickets and like
online.
Yeah, and No one scanned shit. Like we
Nope.
just walked in. So
Yeah.
I think next time I'm gonna just try to walk into that theater.
No,
and
straight
see
up, dude. I don't
see
think they
what's
do
good.
shit. Yeah.
Fuck it.
Especially if you
Hey,
don't want snacks or nothing.
Fuck it.
There's nobody on
fuck it.
duty.
Hey, no one asked me where I was sitting.
Exactly.
So, but what were we talking about?
Arkham.
Sit at the foot of the Lord's throne.
Oh yeah, the Arkham series. Yeah, I think that's because I
Yes,
I think. Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't think Harley Quinn is. I don't think Margot Robbie is gonna be the Harley Quinn in that series because she's very much in the DCEU, the Peacemaker.
Yeah.
That
Vibe of the
universe.
universe, yeah. Because I think one thing that could be really cool is to set up like a horror series
Mhm.
of Arkham Asylum where
It's
all of
centered
the
around.
all the cast of characters of Batman are already in there, but they show up at various different times, and there's a doctor that is going through like talking to them all the time or whatever, and the Joker's the one that she ends up talking to the most, and then at the end it's like a twist that she is she's Harley Quinn.
She's Dr. Harleen
She's
Quinzel.
yeah.
That dude, you're
Free
getting-
idea.
Oh my god,
Free idea, please.
Not a free idea, bro. Hey,
Hey
yo,
man,
DC, if you get that shit, if you haven't already
Send
set
us
that
some
up
royalties.
for your Arkham series, and that's what it ends up being, run my boy a check here.
send us some
That's all I'm
royalties
saying.
real quick. We
all
could
I'm
use
saying.
some funds. Look, we're gonna be giving you some
Send us
fucking.
some shit.
We're gonna
Just
give you
send us
some advertisement.
stuff.
You know, we'll
Send us
do
some
it
freaking HBO Max codes to give out.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
for sure, dude.
But
Some too
like,
high for TV ones.
yeah. Ooh.
Yo,
What's up?
what's up? Hey,
Get
this is the
get 3
business.
free months of HBO Max.
We're
Just
too
go
high
to
for TV.
hbomax.com/, too high for TV.
This is the
Just kidding.
business portion of the podcast.
Dude, but that would be such a great idea of a series.
Right?
Like it's centered around Dr. Harleen Quinzel because she is like, she's a psychologist, but she's very
Yeah.
much.
She gets turned by the Joker. She falls in love with him.
Yeah, and that's also because she's like, she is so fascinated by villains,
Mhm.
and like she wants to like interview them and study like the most notorious ones. So that would make so much
Like
fucking
make it
sense.
super fucking weird, like super creepy, and like
Yeah.
you just everybody just calls her doctor the whole time or whatever, you know, like or whatever. Like you don't hear her name, nothing, and it's like,
Riddle me this, doctor.
oh god, I would be so down with it. You bring Paul Dano back.
Yeah, you have to.
Oz probably wouldn't be in there. Oz is like a regular jail
Nah, yeah.
criminal. He's not that crazy, I think.
Nah.
Yeah, I don't think. And then we need the Harvey Dent thing to unfold before you could put Two-Face in there. But they got Joker in there too,
Mm-hmm.
so that could be because it would be nice also too to let Barry Cohen have a chance to establish outside of Batman, you know,
Yeah,
and then
very
maybe
true.
bring that force into the movie later.
Very true. And
Yeah.
yeah, you can throw Harley Quinn in there as a doctor. You
Yep.
can throw the Scarecrow in there as
Yeah,
the doctor beforehand.
Exactly. You can
You
have
could
him
even
be
have
the
a
Mets
Mr.
guy.
Freeze there if you want to before shit, goes south.
Yeah, maybe Nora's. It would. In how crazy this world is or whatever. I could see, like, a guy who like lost his wife and is maybe like a mad scientist who's trying to use like cold chilling technology to keep her alive or whatever, you know. And it's like set up for him to become Freeze or whatever. I'm down with it. And hashtag give us Bryan Cranston.
Yeah. Have hashtag
Or what
get
was it?
Bryan Cranston.
Get Bryan Cranston.
Hey, you know what other humanizing thing was pretty dope?
What's that?
It was almost like Deadpool vibes, bro. Little moments were almost Deadpool vibes. But for sure, when he didn't get the whole plan,
Oh yeah.
Oh.
talked to him and the plan was still in the room and he had to go back, that's almost like, they don't normally put that in like a triple
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's Riddler sharpening that sword that is
Yeah.
the greatest detective Batman,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
Like him outsmarting Batman to
Yeah,
where Batman's
he
like,
beat
"Fuck,
him.
bro, I have to be better." Like he has to be better after that point. So that's a great part in the movie
Yeah.
where
And it's funny too. Like,
Yeah.
Fools aren't supposed to make mistakes.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
it reminds you, well, it depends on how it goes. Like, if he continues to make mistakes like this, then it's stylistic. But if it's to show development and he doesn't make mistakes anymore later, then that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah. For sure.
Exactly.
I think it's also like it also opens up the chance for him to like make the evolution that he does at the end of the movie, right? Which is like it puts him in a scenario of like, fuck, everything's gone to shit. I have to like get down there and like help the people, bro. Like just be a hero. Like the whole time in the whole movie, right? Like it's just like he's trying to put fear into the hearts of people and shit. Like that's the nice thing about the bookend narrations, right? Is this first one is very much like, I have to become vengeance. Like,
Yeah.
I am the shadows now and shit like that.
I have
And
to beat the shit out of you.
yeah, I'm gonna fucking kill your ass. But
I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna fuck you up.
yeah, but then the end one is like a very stark contrast. Like he's
Yeah.
almost sounds hopeful. Like he sounds like he's excited about the years to come or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's a different tone for sure. It's
He's turning into the, like, you know, you have that end scene where has that flare and he's leading the people out. You know, he's
so
that
good.
he is that beacon of hope now
Yep.
for
For
Gotham.
Gotham,
You
yeah,
know, where
for the people
people
of Gotham.
initially saw him as this, you know, sort of scary figure.
Yeah.
You see it in the beginning, right? When he saves that dude for getting the shit beat out of him, but
Yeah.
the dude's like, "Hey, don't beat me up, man."
Yeah, yeah.
Like, hey, this dude just fucking saved your life, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, don't fucking kick my ass." Like,
Yeah.
you know. But now he's like, you have that scene where he saves all the people.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
he falls in the water and he
Mhm.
comes out and he's renewed. You know, you got that baptism symbolism.
Yeah,
there,
for
you
sure.
know. And you know, now that, you know, he leads the people out, and he understands now that, okay, now I can, you know, I have to be hopeful, you know.
Yeah.
Now I can be
Yeah,
hopeful.
that scene is fucking really
and that's
nice.
how Bruce Wayne is gonna help me.
Yeah, there you go. Bring a little bit of human back into his life.
Exactly. You see that girl try to
That
hold on
part,
to him.
yeah.
That was a great moment.
That was
And-
really nice. Yeah, because he's shocked. He like looks at her and he's like, "It's all good."
yeah.
He's like, "Don't worry, you can be fine." He's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, it's okay." Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I think like a really, I don't know, cool place to go maybe in the second movie could be, and like maybe that's what Joker does is like, or if it's Joker, I don't know, whoever it is to start the movie with Batman like kind of solidified, you know, like
Mhm.
in the same way that we have this cool like intro of like what's happening on the streets of Gotham in like fucking the first movie. I was thinking about this earlier. I think it'd be cool. I don't know if Matt Reeves is gonna do this, but if he's in charge of all the trilogies, it would be sick if like those narrations, the bookend narrations, are like the fucking crawls at the beginning of Star Wars. Like all three Batman movies just have
Yeah.
one at the beginning and one at the end. It's like he comments, you know what I'm saying? And so like I'd be down for a second one where it comes in and he's like Gotham Project Year 3 or whatever,
Yeah.
right? And it's like Batman's working. Like you see like people walking down the street and some
The
mugger
city's
comes out, yeah, and he's like, "Oh fucking fuck you! I'm not scared of you. Batman's gonna get your ass," and he
Mm-hmm.
like dips or some shit. You know what I mean? And then over the course of the second movie to fucking tear that down, like
Yeah.
fuck Batman up, like maybe
So do you want to?
Court of Owls. I
Yeah.
think like attack his shit that he's not dealt with. Like he's solidified Batman,
Yeah.
but we haven't seen him solidify Bruce Wayne yet. Like he needs both to survive, right?
Yeah.
So
Kick that chair out from underneath
Yeah.
him, right?
Let
as
him
he
struggle
feels
with
like
that.
he is settling into it, you know.
because then it could be cool to see him disappear even more into the Batman role and almost start to like push that line of becoming the terror again, like maybe even to the people of Gotham, you know, like maybe he starts going too hard on people because he can't handle the Bruce Wayne shit, you know, so
Yeah.
he's like fucking letting it out as Batman.
Yeah. Fuck, dude. Yeah, they can go a lot of great
They
places
got
with
they
this.
got so much to work with. They set up the everything so well, so fucking well.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, we got the Penguin series coming up. We got the
You know who I hope is in like everything? Bring him to me in the Penguin series. Bring him to me in Arkham and all the movies, whatever. The fucking Catwoman spinoff that we hope we get is the homeboy, like the regular police guy or whatever.
Martinez.
Yeah, Martinez, bro.
Hey, Mr. Wayne.
Oh, that shit's so good. When he sees Batman, the fuck is this guy doing here?
Yeah.
And then like, yeah. Oh my God, hey,
Hey, Mr. Wayne.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Bruce Wayne.
it's Bruce Wayne. He loves him. God. And I just love, there's a few different ways that they do it in the movie, but I love how the movie just gets more comfortable with like Batman being Batman.
Yeah.
Like in scenarios, right? Like he comes in the beginning and the cops are very standoffish when he's trying to like
yeah.
investigate crime
Oh, you
scenes.
fucking freak.
Yeah. And then you get to the middle and they're still pissed, but like, you know, then they're talking shit for sure, but they're letting it by and it's
Yeah.
happening or whatever. And then at the end, when he straight up breaks into one, Martinez is like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And
Yeah.
Batman just kind of,
He's like, oh, fuck. Oh, it's Batman. It's Batman.
yeah. And he's like, "All right, whatever." Like, I like that, you know? Like another way that they do it, I think, is like, the way
He's even like walking Falcone out of his like freaking his pad,
His own
like,
thing,
freaking-
yeah. Nobody's fucking
like
with him.
like a cop almost.
yeah,
like
because he's Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's working with him for sure.
Your boys in blue work for me.
Your boys in blue are from me, man. Yeah. And then I think another way they do it too is like the way he enters the Iceberg Lounge each
Yeah.
time, right? It's like the first time he shows up, knocks, he's Batman. He's like, "Know who I am?"
Yeah.
And they're like, "Think I got an idea."
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he like shuts the door real quick. And then he comes back and he's like, "We're not gonna let you." And he's like,
Yeah.
and then just like walks in really good, right? And the second time he comes back and he's Bruce Wayne, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, you know who I am?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, holy shit, it's Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
And let him in.
God damn.
And then third time he comes back and he knocks on the door and he's just not there and he's like, fuck y'all, and he just like sneaks in really quick and pushes them out. Like, it's great. I like those little moments. They're nice. It helps like establish these places that exist in Gotham, you know?
Yeah.
Like the GCPD as like a character, and like Gotham and the city as a character, like the criminal underworld and shit like that. They all make out like this whole Batman world, you know?
Yeah, because the GCPD is very much a character, just like you see it a lot in this movie too, right? Like all the corruption, all the layers, you know.
Yeah.
You got that dude moonlighting as a freaking cop. That dude's dude, I think he's moonlighting as a cop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Batman voice is on point too, I gotta say.
I do like the Batman voice a lot better than the Bale voice, honestly.
I do too. It's way more subtle, dude. Like I think, and also too, what's nice is it's like I think. Oh no! What happened? You don't do it? You don't fuck with it?
Nah, I mean, not that I don't like it. And you know what? Maybe if I heard the Christian Bale voice for the first time without any of the, prestige that's now associated with that trilogy, then maybe I wouldn't like it as much. But it's just like that acquired,
yeah,
like grand voice or however you pronounce it.
Yeah. It's
grandiose.
It's classic now. Yeah, it's classic now. Like it lives in like a different realm at this point. It has a different power.
His voice isn't iconic, but because that trilogy and because his position in that trilogy,
it becomes iconic. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's iconic by association.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is kind of a little bit odd, but there's just so much. There's a point. I mean, there's something to say for something that is immediately identifiable.
Yeah.
Without any possibility to get it wrong, right? That is Christian Bale.
Yep.
The Pattinson voice was just kind of generic. It wasn't bad though. If anything.
Yeah. I like it for like the situations that he's in, like working with Gordon. Like to me, like the Bale voice is just very much just like, hey, what do we got going on here?
Yeah.
Like I was watching The Dark Knight the other day, right? And that opening scene when like you have the other Batman fighting.
Oh yeah.
Fighting him.
Oh god.
I'm not wearing hockey pants. Like that shit was just so like it's just so over the top for me, right? Where like
it lives in legend, but at this point it's almost like a meme. Like it kind of belongs to the meme culture a little bit, you know? Like
I don't know, like at least to me, like Batman's he's more of like that subtle like
Batman should be the straight man.
He's like, that straight and he's very subtle, but it's that subtleness that it's like holy shit, like it takes you back like a little bit because of how serious he is when he gives you those one-liners, when he's just straight up just staring at you. When you ask him a question and he's just staring at you and you're like, oh fuck, okay. You know?
When they're in the car, I think it's great. Like that's a good example. Is like, and he pulls up the thing and he's like, thumb drive. Like that's funny, but the funny part is Gordon taking it and being like, "This motherfucker's crazy." Yeah. Like you know what I mean? Like it's like Batman's the straight point that other people can play off of to be funny. So it's like, like I think sometimes Batman can be in service of the rest of his characters. They're all so colorful. They're all just as fleshed out as he is that like you can use him as the side piece to play off of the other shit, you know?
Yeah.
Which they can explore in the series, I think. I think that would be really good to do for Penguin and whatever else they got, you know?
Yeah.
I'm sad the GCPD series is not going to be a thing anymore. Because, again, give me more Martinez, bro. I want him. He's fucking funny.
Maybe Martinez would be in there. Hey.
Mr. Wayne.
Hey, Dr. Quinzel.
Dr. Quinzel. He's the guy who reveals it. At the end of my planned series, it's like, it's all super dark the whole time, and then you see her like finally come out.
Hey, Dr. Quinn. Dr. Quinn.
Dr. Quinzel.
Hey, what happened? We still having a appointment here?
He goes, hey, Dr. Quinzel. Anybody still call you Harley Quinn? And then the movie's over, and then the show's over.
And then we just get a Harley Quinn series.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, great.
Oh,
dude,
man. Yeah.
The Batman. So any I don't know. Like, do you have any more
closing thoughts?
What are your final thoughts on the Batman?
I loved this movie, man. I thought it was like I think it's the best Batman movie for me. I think like I haven't watched The Dark Knight again since seeing this movie. That's probably like my favorite Batman movie before that. But I also haven't seen Mask of the Phantasm in a long time, and that's a really great Batman movie as well.
Okay, so let's end the show on what are our top say
Let's do a couple top threes. We'll do top 3 movies, top 3 Batmans, and then like top 3 Jokers or something. You know?
Okay,
What I'm saying?
yeah,
Like
okay.
let's just do some top threes.
so top 3 movies, animated and
and live action.
okay.
Okay. Yeah. I think probably those 3. Though like the Batman, I think is my number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say
Let's go 5 actually. Let's go
5?
5 for the movies,
Yeah,
just
'cause there's a
because there's
lot.
so many movies.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Batman's my number 1. With Dark Knight, Mask of the Phantasm. I think probably Batman 89 after that, like the first
Ooh,
Batman, Michael
okay.
Keaton.
Okay.
And then Batman Begins, maybe. Because Batman Begins is pretty good. I like Dark Knight Rises a lot as well, but I think it's the weakest of the 3 films.
Uh-huh.
And I think Batman Begins, upon like rewatching, has a certain kind of like new lens on it that I think Superman Returns also has, as
Okay.
a quick little sidebar. In that
Oh,
like the
okay.
2005 era,
Mm-hmm.
as cheesy as it was, there was a couple standout gems that like echoed the 80s and the late 70s, where like they didn't give a
Okay.
shit. They were just doing superheroes. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
I'll have to go back and watch.
I
some
think Batman Begins is a lot better than. I don't know. Maybe people still remember it fondly. I'm sure people. That's the Nolan trilogy is obviously very highly
Mhm.
regarded. But yeah, probably those 5. So yeah, the Batman, Dark Knight, Mask of the Phantasm, original Batman, and then Batman Begins.
Okay.
Yeah, because I like Batfleck,
Uh-huh.
but I don't fuck with any of the movies that he's in.
I would say, I was actually telling my friend Bishop this today.
Mm-hmm.
The warehouse fight scene and Batman vs Superman, best Batman fight scene we've ever gotten, ever.
I
And I
think
don't know if
so.
we'll
I
ever
think
get
so,
one.
too. That's that good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
I think
straight up Batman fighting if we've ever gotten it.
Yeah.
Bro. Like
I think we can get there with this Batman
Mhm.
if they allow it to become that like acrobatic. But yeah, we've never got anything as just like, especially with the suit that he has, because like that was the only Batman that we got who was basically in like just a cloth Batman suit, like in the way that he originally is. You know, like it's a weird fiber material, but it's not like armor like any of the other Batmans. So
Mhm.
like. He's fucking flipping and dipping and like kicking grenades and shit and using his bat hook to fucking throw crates at people. It's pretty fantastic. I don't know.
yeah. Hell yeah.
That is hard to beat.
Hell yeah. So my top 5, I think our top 3 are pretty much the same. I would
Okay.
say the Batman for
Nice.
sure.
Okay.
Best Batman story that we've gotten.
I think best.
If
Batman
I'm going
portrayal.
by that, then I would have to say
Who's next?
Mask of the Phantasm might be number 2.
Okay, yeah.
Just straight up story wise, like that one's great.
Uh-huh.
Dark Knight would have to be 3. See, that's where I don't know. Like the 2 and 3 can be pretty interchangeable to me.
Sure.
But if I'm going like the Batman being the best, just because like the story, and I mean not just because of the story. Like I think everything about this movie is really great. Cinematography is great. Like there are portions of like the Dark Knight where I feel like that for like Act 1 of like the Dark Knight is kind of choppy, and where like there are things where like it kind of just goes like
really quickly to
really
set
quick.
up what becomes great.
Yeah,
definitely.
so.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think for that I might go the Batman, Mask of the Phantasm, then I'll go the Dark Knight,
Okay.
and then I'll throw a monkey in the wrench and I'll do
Uh-huh.
the Batman Beyond with the Return of the Joker,
Yeah, that's actually really
Yeah.
good. Yeah, Return of the Joker is really
and
good.
then
Oh shit, I forgot about the end. I forgot. Yeah, go ahead.
for
Sorry.
number 5, that's a tough one because I like a lot of the animated stuff, dude. A lot of the animated stuff is really good. Like
Yeah.
Under the Red Hood's really
It's
good.
really good. Yeah. I
Death
think-
in the
have you ever-
Family is really good.
Yeah. Have you seen Justice League Doom?
Yes.
That's a Justice League movie, but I think very Batman centered, which is
Yeah.
also super good.
I mean, as much as Flashpoint is based on the Flash, like you do get the Thomas Wayne Batman.
Yeah, it's
in
always
that.
fun, Batman.
So number 5.
Juicy.
I think I'll go. I think I gotta go Batman 89 for number 5.
Okay, so Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh, yeah.
pretty similar.
Yeah.
Besides your little monkey wrench.
Yeah. The monkey.
Return the
monkey
Joker.
wrench.
Return the
Yeah.
Joker is really good.
Yeah. Dude, I think Batman Beyond's, if it can get fleshed out more,
Mhm.
that'd be so. It'd be so great.
I think so too. Batman Beyond is like has the potential to be super dope. Honestly, like I mean, the show is really really good. I think they're doing pretty cool stuff with the comic books right now too. From like the little like videos that I've watched about the stories they're telling right now, but I'd be down for that. I'm like some alternate universe shit, whatever Flashpoint sets up. Give me a bunch of different ones.
Hell yeah! Like do a Batman Beyond. Like we're gonna get we might get a Spider-Man 2099.
Oh yeah, yeah, dude. I'm down. Honestly, I think at this point, especially with everything that Marvel has done in the last like 4 to 5 years, I think the public can handle the idea of like multiple different timelines or universes or canons existing. So I'm very much down for them to just make this a Batman universe. I don't need Pattinson to interact with anybody else. Like you have so much to work with that could rival what the MCU did in the last fucking 10, 12 years or whatever with just Batman stories. So like focus on that, man. Like
exactly.
Give me all that shit. Build out that world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cool. So top 3 Jokers. You want me to start since you started the last one?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
I think I might have said this the other day, so I'll go Heath Ledger, Mark Hamill, Joaquin.
Okay.
Even though Jack Nicholson, dude, it's hard to put Joaquin over Jack Nicholson because the homie Alex was telling us that smile, dude, like it's just a natural fucking smile, like.
Well, he's got the prosthetic on there too at a certain point, and it's good. That's the classic Joker too. Like he was.
Actually, no. I'm gonna put Nicholson over Joaquin.
Okay.
But Joaquin's more of like a like Jack Nicholson's like 3A and Joaquin's like 3B. You know?
Okay. Yeah. Very very close.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, Mark Hamill, like iconic dude. Like can't knock him, dude.
No, definitely.
But Heath Ledger, like what he does with the Joker in The Dark Knight, like still gives me goosebumps, and it's fucking great. Dude.
For sure, absolutely, 110%.
It's fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
You want to know how I got these scars?
You want to know how I got these scars?
See, my father was a drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is good. My list is pretty similar. For me, Mark Hamill's the Joker. 110%. I grew up with the animated series. That's like probably my biggest exposure to Batman besides like the movie. But Heath Ledger worked incredibly hard to deliver an amazing live action performance of the Joker, but he cannot just slip in and out of that character. That takes time and work.
Yeah.
Mark Hamill at any fucking time and place, if you ask that man to do the Joker, he will become the Joker on the spot.
That's true.
So he's my Joker forever. That's the most iconic voice to me ever. Like you said, the voice is the most important part, and that's where he shines, right? Maybe he obviously gets some bonus points for genuinely being animated, so he looks exactly like the Joker. But that voice, that as far as a performance goes, like Mark Hamill takes the cake for me for sure.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger is the very incredibly close number 2. Because like, as I said, just like bone chilling, like to the max. And also very classic, I think. Like that's one thing that's like, in again the groundedness that like the Nolan trilogy was back then in 2008, right? Is when Dark Knight came out. Yeah. Super like loud, you know what I mean? Like very very like Jokery still against like everything else that was there. It was super cool. I fucking loved it, man. Because the first movie is kind of dark and gritty and like the Ra's al Ghul stuff does get a little bit like fantastical at the end and like pretty intense with the train bomb and shit like that.
Yeah.
But like Joker takes it to a new level. Like he's like over the top. He just comes in as like a comic book character who's making jokes to people as he's fucking murdering them, and like it's great. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Like live action, you can't beat it.
No.
And then for me, number 3 is definitely like Joaquin for sure, because as much as Jack Nicholson is like a classic Joker and does have that smile and like you can't beat it visually, I don't think. Like he is there forever. I like, if we're talking about performance, like I think Joaquin brought a whole lot more to what the Joker could be than Jack Nicholson ever did. So like that, he's my number 3 for sure. That shit was scary, and you get a whole origin with him.
Yeah,
it's kind of not fair because it's a full movie.
Yeah,
but again, shout out to you. You did a great job, man.
The big homie.
Fuck yeah.
And then what was? Oh yeah, and then we'll go top 3 Batman.
Oh yeah, performances. Yeah.
Yeah.
You wanna?
Let's
go.
I can start this one.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
I'll do. Man. I'll say fucking Batman, bro.
The Batman. Who is the best Batman?
Damn, the best one? Fuck, dude. Who is... this is a tough one, honestly. This is a tough one. I think I'll go number 3. Will Arnett's the one who plays in the Lego Batman, right? Yeah?
Yeah, it is.
Great,
it is
dude.
Will Arnett, yeah.
Fucking great Batman.
Yeah.
2.
He's your number 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
2, I'll say, is right now Robert Pattinson.
Okay.
And then number one's I think number 1's Christian Bale. Like, as much as like I'm like, yo, like the voice, blah blah blah, like just as being an iconic Batman, like it's hard to beat Christian Bale. And I think Robert Pattinson can get to that point. But we just have to give the whatever they're doing some time, right? Like the Batman, I think, is a better movie than The Dark Knight, but I still think Robert Pattinson has a couple movies to go to show that, okay, I'm the best Batman. And I think eventually, like, depending on what he does with hopefully the next 2 movies, I think he can solidify that as the best Batman.
Okay.
Because his performance is really good.
Yeah.
Like he does a really good Batman, and I think once he finally gets to flesh out that persona of Bruce Wayne, I think it'll be fucking great, dude.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, because like, have you seen Tenet?
No.
Because I mean, the character that he plays in Tenet, I guess you could say, is almost a Bruce Wayne type character, because it's a very just like
it's Robert Pattinson again.
Yeah, it's a kind of like a suave-ish sort of like, you know, playboyish type
Rich
dude, where he
guy.
has that charming smile, you know, like he has that.
He's
He has
British
that
in that
Pattinson
movie.
He has that Pattinson smile.
He's got his
I forget
regular
if he's
accent.
British. I forget if he's British.
There's
or not.
one part in the movie, really quick sidebar. There's one part in the movie where, and it doesn't bother me, but like I heard it both times. I'm sure there's other moments, but I heard it twice in the same spot where he slips his accent.
Yeah.
When he's asking Alfred about the cipher, he goes, "Where'd you get these Oz?" And I'm like, "You didn't even fucking try, bro."
God damn it! How many takes did you fucking do?
Yeah, I was like,
man, they probably did like 30 takes, and they're like, "Fuck it."
Do whatever.
God damn it.
Leave
Take
it. It
number
doesn't
17
matter.
was as
He
close
did
as
great
we're
for the
gonna
other 3 hours. Like, that shit. But yeah. But yeah, okay. So yeah.
Will
Arnett, yeah.
As 3, Pattinson as 2, and Christian Bale as 1.
Okay.
I would say Keaton would be 4, and then Batfleck would be 5.
Okay, cool. Okay, so 3 for me is Christian Bale.
Okay.
Cause like he deserves, I think, the spot in the top ones for sure, at least in my like rankings. But like I think that the best part about the Nolan verse is the Dark Knight, and I think the best part about the Dark Knight is the Joker.
Okay.
And so
That's true.
you know what I'm saying? And so as good as Christian Bale is as both Bruce Wayne and Batman, I don't think he really shines as either.
Okay.
So that's but again, the iconic performance alone.
Yeah.
In number 3. Number 2 is Kevin Conroy, who is the voice actor for Batman in the animated series. Again, I have bias. That's the first shit I ever saw growing up. But if we're going for delivery as the character, as far as performance, he has the most time with the character.
Yeah.
He gets seasons upon seasons of fucking fantastic writing to play Bruce Wayne and Batman. Mask of Phantasm alone is beautiful. The rest of the animated series is just as good.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous. But for me, Pattinson brings Batman to life for me the most. I agree that his Bruce Wayne performance is not quite there. But that's easily remediable, especially seeing some of the other performances that he's done. I don't think that's really what they tried to do in this movie anyways. I don't think they were trying to convince you that he was good at being Bruce Wayne yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought this motherfucker brought it head to toe. Like, he's the smallest of the Batmen, but he's the fucking scariest, bro. Like, the fact that you just hear...
Yeah. Cowboy boots almost sounding like...
and then he just slowly emerges from the darkness, man. Like, no actor, I don't think, has ever felt as comfortable just being the presence that is Batman. He doesn't even need to fucking speak in this movie to show you that he's Batman, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's... So for me, he takes the cake. Like, for sure. 100%. This
that.
is my favorite Batman. Yeah.
I might have to make an edit to my list and put Kevin Conrad number
Conrad's
3.
fucking savage, bro.
I'm gonna have to put him
love
at 3.
him.
As much as I love Will Arnett,
Yeah,
I'll put him
dude.
at. I'll put him at 3.
He's so good,
Yeah.
man. He's so
Yeah.
fucking good. I love Kevin Conrad.
Yeah.
Again, same thing. He can just disappear whenever he wants.
Yep.
Like he had years to do it, but if you ask him on a panel, can you do the voice really quick? He'll go right into it. He's got
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Who do you know who does the voice for like the Batman and like the animated like movies, like, you know,
Like the newer
Justice-
ones?
Yeah.
I don't,
he
but
does
I was
pretty
actually
good. I like
debating
him, like,
putting
he-
him. Yeah, I
he
would say
does-
he's
he does
probably
good
on my
too.
4 or 5. Like
Yeah.
maybe Batfleck's definitely on my 4 or 5 as well.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, or maybe like Keaton too, I suppose. But I agree. Yeah, I think he's good. We'll find his name at some point. But that was a fun run for him. I think he did good in a lot of those animated movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the freaking.
Our
That was the
episode.
Batman.
That was the Batman episode.
That was the Batman episode. Let's check the fucking camera right
We're still
here.
rolling.
I believe so. Yep, still rolling.
Woo!
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, a little bit shorter than our normal episodes, but still, we went hard.
Yeah.
We got into the Batman.
A little more of a discussion one, not
Hell yeah.
so much of a review.
No, yeah, I love those discussion types. I love getting
fun.
into movies like this. You know.
We'll probably
Shout
we'll have another one coming soon.
Yeah. Shout out to F here for coming in every now and then,
Contributing to
yeah,
in a big
exactly.
way, bro. Yeah.
posing
Thank
good
you.
questions and getting thoughts out there that I didn't think of. You know,
Catching us
So-
when we're slipping, dude. Fucking
Hell
bringing
yeah.
us back into the conversations.
Exactly.
Fucking A, dude.
But hell yeah.
Brownies all in the name of knowledge.
But hell yeah, guys. That was the
Episode 5.
Batman. Go check it out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna hit streaming pretty soon too.
Yeah, I heard
so
HBO
freaking
Max.
yeah,
I like
once
in
it-
a few months.
yeah.
Or
once-
maybe Spider-Man. I was hearing about actually.
I think Spider-Man is still trying to go hard in the theaters because it's still doing hella good.
kinda
I
rough.
heard.
I wonder
I
how
heard
is this-
freaking Batman's gonna honestly be in the theaters within the next like month or so. Like not in
Okay.
the theater.
Yeah,
Like,
is
on
it
streaming
doing-
like in the next like month or so.
I was surprised the turnout of the showing that we had. Like I thought there was more people there than I thought there was gonna be.
Oh yeah,
But-
honestly, yeah. When
but
I was buying
yeah,
the tickets, there
kinda-
was a lot of people.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
it was good, dude.
Yeah.
It was really nice. Again, it's not one of those like. I think it's a blockbuster movie because it's the Batman, but it's
Yeah.
not like
They tricked your
this-
ass.
yeah, it's not
They
this
brought you in.
action
Yeah.
freaking MCU movie. You know, it's
One
something
thing,
more-
one thing we didn't. The episode's over, so we won't
Yeah.
go super far onto it. But one
Uh-huh.
thing that I forgot to gush about: the Batmobile, bro.
Oh yes, the fuck. Okay, yeah. We'll take some time. We'll take some time real quick. The
Okay,
fucking
the Batmobile's
Batmobile.
fucking
Oh my.
disgusting in
fucking
this
God.
movie. It's
That's-
so good.
that's the best Batmobile.
for
Yep,
sure.
100%.
100%.
The fucking jet engine on the back of a fucking muscle car.
That fucking dude, that sound is awesome, dude. God, and it's just
Jesus.
to see fucking Colin Farrell's Penguin, just like, what the fuck is happening right now? Like, just like, what is that?
What is the Hey, what did you build
Oh,
that shit?
what
You
are you
build that
doing?
thing? I watch your uncle teach you how to build cars.
Yeah, everybody did. Oh, did you ever? I think I was telling you about it. I want to like audible that shit or like maybe read the book or whatever. But there's a prequel
Yeah.
book called like Before the Batman.
Yeah. Apparently he
like-
built that car when he was like 16 or something.
Yeah,
like
so
that.
the whole backstory is like Batman was a street racer as a kid. Bruce Wayne was like that was his first like hooligan act or whatever. And
Damn.
he's been building that. He's had that shit since he was like hella fucking young. He's been building that motherfucker forever, just making
Damn.
it faster, faster and faster.
That's crazy because that adds layers to the movie, and then it adds layers to that fucking scene of him just like fucking dodging through the fucking traffic and shit like that. Damn.
Yeah,
But
he's
yeah, that
fast,
fucking
yeah.
Batmobile, dude.
It was so good.
Jesus.
So good. That was
so fucking
That's
crazy.
probably like maybe not my favorite. I don't know. I'd have to do some review, but I think that's definitely one of my favorite Batman action sequences. Like,
That might be just in general, maybe one of the best car sequences.
oh yeah, car chases. Just because like not only it's so badass everything that he does in the car, but then just like when he's walking and you got that upside down shot of
Oh,
him
yeah.
and the theme's just fucking full on and God, it's
Oh,
so good.
Jesus, dude.
So
Yeah,
fucking good.
that shit was great. I'm sad that they put so much of that in like a trailer because, dude, imagine
Yeah,
like
they
not
did-
seeing
they
that
should-
in the
yeah.
trailer. Like
I heard somebody say that on a YouTube videos. It's like they did kind of show all of the coolest parts in the trailer. Like,
Yeah,
the nitty gritty stuff and the meat and potatoes of the movie you don't get from it at all. But like all of the high like action points are on the trailer.
and it
like-
makes sense. Like you kind of got to do that as a trailer. It reels people in. You know,
yeah, for
Bring,
sure.
fills the seats a little bit.
The last one was really good too, man. Like I thought that was a solid sequence of him taking down all the Riddler goons and stuff.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I liked that.
One thing.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
One question I forgot to bring up. Also, God, here we go.
Whatever. Let's
So
go.
the shot that he gives himself is
Is it
that
Venom?
Venom?
I don't know. So like I'm pretty sure that's not how adrenaline works in real life. Like
I don't know how adrenaline shot
I
works
could be
in real
wrong,
life.
but I don't think that's how it works. I don't think it just roids you out immediately and sends you into a flying rage.
Yeah.
And that is what Venom does. And
Yeah.
it was green as fuck.
Yeah.
So
And it's just real quick too. It's not like they spend a whole lot of time like,
Yeah.
oh, this is green liquid. Like you see it really quick, like, and it's
Yeah.
green, and you're like,
what I could see,
what is that?
and what I could see too as like a really fun, realistic Bane take is to stay true to his origin in that like he was born in the prison or whatever, and motherfucker grew up with a vendetta against like the modern world or whatever it is, studies his whole fucking life to become incredibly smart. Like he's one thing that I don't think any movie adaptation has done, especially not the fucking old ones. And like Nolan trilogy was pretty good about it, but I don't think on the level that is in the comics, is that Bane is very, very intelligent. Like not only did he spend all that time down there like making himself like peak physical human capability and shit, like he studied as well, right?
yeah,
So I think he could be a good adversary for Batman in that sense. And if he comes in already like built, like if they get an actor that's like somehow able to deliver this really good performance while being gigantic,
imagine they got like Henry Cavill to play fucking Bane.
sure, I'm down. Whatever, whoever, maybe not because
No.
Bane's supposed, yeah, but whatever. To get somebody who's honestly, one thing that I'd be super down for too. I don't know if you ever played any of the games, but they do it in that. I can't remember if the voice actor in the animated series is or not, but Bane's from like I don't know, a Spanish country or
Yeah.
something. So Bane should talk with a little bit of an accent.
Yeah,
I'm here to break your back, Batman.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
no, yeah,
like I want an actor who can do that, stay true to that origin, because I think they can keep Bane grounded if he's already built and the Venom doesn't like juice him up into a giant monster, but it gives him the monster mentality
Yeah.
of being able to just fucking crush anything that's in front of him. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's what Batman does. He shoots him up.
Yeah.
He shoots himself up with
And
that
he
fucking
goes
that venom.
ham.
And I love that it has that specific, like there's that specific compartment for it to go. Like
Yeah.
that's what you know
Yeah.
this is for,
Mhm.
and it just shoots him up.
It's
and
like
he
a
fucking,
contingency plan. Yeah, he's wailing on his ass.
beat the fuck
You
out
see
of
Catwoman, she's like afraid. She's
Yeah,
like not
she's
even
like,
gonna
"What
go
the-"
near him.
Yeah,
like,
she's like, holy shit.
yeah, Gordon comes up and he's like, hey,
Yeah.
what are you doing? Yeah,
Yeah.
the guy like pull. Yeah, he fucked him up.
So come on.
Yeah, God. Why are you showing me this?
Open
for?
your eyes.
Dude, God, I love when Gordon screams in this shit. I love it to death. It's so good.
But yeah, dude, the
Such a
fucking
good
Batman.
movie. The fucking Batman, dude.
You guys gotta go watch it.
Go watch it, please.
Yeah,
for the love of God.
that was the fucking Batman episode.
The fucking Batman episode.
Oh yeah, dude, we fucking did it.
Yeah,
If
we
you guys
did.
stayed for this fucking long, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate it. We appreciate all the love we've been getting. I sound like a fucking broken record because every episode I say this, but I enjoy this very much.
Me too.
I enjoy doing this. Man.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're very glad that you guys are along for the ride. It's very, very nice. Thank you for the support. We very, very much appreciate it because we appreciate doing this. It's a nice constant thing to have. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was episode 5. We'll be doing episodes like this every now and then, like
Yeah.
I said.
Big releases.
Yeah, probably, got some Moon Knight stuff coming up end of the month, so maybe we'll
Come very
do an
soon.
episode where we just talk about that stuff.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We can
see.
finish the series and then maybe do a Moon Knight episode. Let it play out. People get a chance to watch it.
Yeah. But join us next week, episode 6. It's gonna be a Ryan Reynolds heavy episode.
Woo! Yes, we got a lot of releases from Ryan
got
Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds and you got Ryan Madrano on the episode.
It's gonna be the Ryan episode.
We're gonna be
guys.
talking about Free Guy. It's
Yep.
been out for a minute. I haven't watched it yet, but if you're like me, you can go and find it on HBO Max.
Yep.
Or I'm pretty sure there's probably other couple places.
I think it's on Hulu too.
Oh yeah,
think,
yeah. I'm pretty sure
yeah.
it's on Hulu as
Yeah.
well. So HBO Max,
Free Guy. Yep.
Hulu. Go watch Free Guy. It looks pretty fun. Ryan Reynolds plays like a video game character almost. It looks like I don't know. how
Yeah, I
accurate
saw
that
the first
is.
half. I fell asleep. Not because the movie was bad or boring or anything. It's just a long day. But the basic premise, I guess, like the best way to set it up is like, imagine like an online GTA game that's from the perspective of like an NPC. He's a bank teller in like the online world, right? Like there's all these heroes. Channing Tatum makes a really funny appearance at the beginning. They're called like, well, we'll get into it in the next episode.
Yeah.
God damn it.
But yeah, we'll be talking about Free Guy. We're also gonna be talking about the Adam Project. Shout out to
Yeah.
episode number 1. If you guys
Fuck
watched
yeah.
episode number 1, we talked about the Adam Project in there.
That's nice, man. I'm
Hell
excited
yeah,
about
tying
that.
things together.
It's cool.
Tying the episodes
it's
together.
nice that it's coming back around.
We're connecting the dots, folks.
Woo!
You can't connect the dots until you get all the dots.
That's right.
But yeah, we'll be talking about those. We'll have probably a couple other things. Might get into some trailer talk. Oh, we probably talk about the Obi-Wan trailer. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So hell yeah.
Very
Next week,
excited to talk about that.
yeah,
Yes,
next week we'll
yes.
oh, look at my Apple Watch telling me to stand up. But next week we'll talk about the Obi-Wan trailer. Probably talk about some other stuff.
We'll get
I know
back into
there's-
the old flow.
Yeah, we'll talk about we'll get into the old flow. I
Yeah.
know there's some things that I've been watching that maybe Daniel hasn't watched. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see about it. We'll see
We'll
about
see what
it.
happens.
Hey, we'll see about it. Come
bada bing, bada
on.
boom. You know we got
Bada
you
bing,
handled. We
bada
got
boom.
this.
We'll see. But
That's
yeah,
right.
thank you guys very much. This is
Thank you very much. Too High
your
for
boy
TV.
Ryan,
This is your boy Daniel.
and we are signing off from 2 High for TV. Thank you very much.
Yay. Yay.